mate. Do you believe that fathers should hold that much pressure on themselves if their daughter chooses a wrong mate? So
Well,
to speak.
what I would say is that his daughter chose who
But
reminded her.
besides his daughter, but I'm just saying in general, so
Well,
we can have a before you
well,
go
in
to
general, in
yes, so this
general,
way we can get a
we
grasp on.
choose
Okay.
right. In general, we choose something that's very similar to our family members. Like I don't know if daddy, we mother. I can't even say we mothers or fathers, right? Some people who got a brain, we realize we raise our kids. We help them from birth, right? So if my son choose a particular type of woman, it's possibly because he learned that from me or somebody else in the family. See, I've learned that I end up choosing somebody similar to my father, you know. But when I was younger, I didn't realize my husband was very similar to my father.
Okay. So all right, so parents should be looking at the mates that our children choose as we are a part of that.
No, not when they're adults. No,
So
like
okay,
the
okay.
education should have been while when they was kids.
Right. So what I'm trying to get a grasp on, Bomb, is that a lot of fathers have this pressure on their children to, especially the fathers and daughters, right? They have a pressure on themselves for their daughter to choose a good mate for her. And so if
Hmm.
she does choose an incorrect mate, how much of that responsibility you think should be on the father is what I'm trying to get at. What's your thought?
You mean the parents or the father?
On the father, right? So the father, if let's go with a grown daughter, 25 and up, she's on her
Hmm.
own for a while now. How much of her decision should be on what the father had done, a percentage
Right.
wise? If we
Yeah,
can
I
even
can't.
if we can even do it.
Yeah, I don't know what we going with this. I don't know what you're asking me.
So when I'm
What I'm
asking,
saying is, once you're an adult,
what I'm saying is fathers feel a lot of pressure on the mate that they daughter choose. How much of
mhm.
that weight should actually be on the father?
Well, what I'm saying is, fathers, and since you mentioned fathers, need to stop looking at their kids like property. And so, like I can't answer that question, because I didn't put any pressure on my dad and say it's your fault I chose this man or dated that man. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying, parents, we raise our children, and they make their decisions once they're grown. We may not like them, but it's their decision. You know what I mean? And my dad would have came and picked me up and took me to work if he was able to. He wouldn't have punished me because of who I'm with, not doing what they should or shouldn't be doing.
So you don't think that okay, with that being said, punishment. So should a father, if his standard is a certain thing, should he not maintain his standard, whatever that is?
But his standard ain't got nothing to do with her standard, right? Because she
Exactly.
grown at this point.
Exactly. So should the father maintain his standard?
He should maintain his standard when it relates to him and his life. His daughter is grown and has her own life. I'm not understanding. Maybe I'm not understanding where we going, where you're trying to go.
Okay, so if my son, he always comes to me when he can't afford his rent, should I always pay it?
Wait, what's the question again?
If my son cannot afford to pay his rent, but he always
Uh,
comes to me, should I continue to do that?
no,
Okay, so that's a standard that the
not
father. So now that's a standard that father wants to have. No, you need to have some responsibility and fall on your face. Correct?
and that's with the father's money. Yeah, he's not
Okay.
responsible.
Okay. So now when we translate that to older situation, his standard was like you have a able-bodied male in the house that you are that is supposed to be taking care of you that you chose, and he's waking up in the morning already. He got to get up in the morning anyway. He goes to work too. So his standard is that you have an able-bodied man that you chose to lay down with. That man should be the one taking you to work. Should that not be a standard?
I mean, that's his standard, but apparently that's not her standard.
Right. But we talking about the father's standard. Should that father maintain his standard?
Yeah, I mean, the father should maintain his standard, but what I'm saying, y'all, he pushing his standard on his daughter.
Correct.
That is the issue, right? He didn't have to take her to work, which he didn't. But there's consequences to that, right? That he did it the way he did it. It could have been done different ways, right? With a conversation saying, "Hey, that's not what men do. You deserve better." You know what I mean? But to get on and not pick her up and then yell at her about you need a man to do this and that. You know what I mean? It's just how things are done. His standard, he has the right not to go pick up his daughter. But he don't have the right to tell her who to be with.
All right, so therefore you agree with Otis' decision then. Because that's exactly what he did. He didn't tell her who to be with.
Yeah, he did.
And he didn't yell at her. He said, I'm not taking you to work because you have your boyfriend that lives with you and he got to wake up in the morning. So that man should be the one taking you to work in the morning. And the reason why the reason why Otis held the standard of what he wanted is because the boyfriend said he doesn't want to take the daughter to work. That's the story.
No, he was wrong.
Okay,
so yeah, but you can't switch it up and just
go ahead. No, I want to hear it because I want to hear from your point of view.
Yeah, because you're switching up what I'm saying. Like
I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm not stopping.
Okay. He has the right, as all of us have a right to do what we want to do. Mm-hmm. But do I agree with him? No. How he handled that? No. He's pushing his standard on his daughter. He could have just said, no, I'm not taking you to work. And that's it. But no, I'm not taking you to work because you got a man and your man should get up and take you to work.
Absolutely.
No. Okay. I mean, and then I guess, and the crying and not talking to his daughter for a year, I guess that's absolutely what happened.
Absolutely.
And so either you want, if he wouldn't have been crying if he didn't like the outcome, and he could have changed the outcome by doing something differently. And we're gonna say that even though he didn't like the outcome, he did exactly right. No, because he could have did something different.
No, what we're gonna say is that sometimes you're gonna have to cry to get your point across to your grown ass children. Because the only way they understand is that they're gonna have to feel.
Listen, we making terrible fathers. I don't know. Go ahead. We're gonna pass this on.
So what I'm saying is that you thought it was, but it was okay for the son to not pay his rent and have his ass almost lose his household, but it's not okay for the father to say, no, you should have your boyfriend take you to work.
You know, there's clearly a difference, right? You saying that you paid his rent a few times, and you say, hey, I can't continue paying your rent. But you're now talking about a daughter and her mate. That's different. That's not even in the same warehouse.
Okay, so you could put a version of it to be in the same warehouse. If I missed the analogy, that's fine. I admit that it's not the greatest of analogies, but the overarching point was the father attempting to hold a standard with both genders of with both genders. What I was really trying to, not really the situational.
I know what you're saying. I know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it probably was a
no. I get it.
Okay, yeah, it's probably
I get it. So we missed the point where I said before you started going into the questions and trying to guide me in a certain way. What I said is that we teach our kids when they're young, right? So every standard that you have, that you want her to have, you teach them while they're young growing up. Then at a certain point, though, the education on that goes away because now they're going to make their decisions. So 30-year-old, that's not when you start employing these, rules on her. If he had done it already, then he would know that he did his job. She's just making bad decisions. If he didn't do it earlier and he's trying to do it now, it's too late.
Okay. Otis, I see you want to jump in, and I'm going to bring in Detroit in it as well. Go ahead, Otis.
Shout out to Miss Bomb Cherry. With all due respect, she was making a lot of assumptions, and I do understand. I get where she's coming from, but let's be clear. I believe there's a difference from the perspective of a father versus a daughter, and the perspective of a mother and the father's perspectives. So with that being said, of course, as she was growing up in her teenage years and things like that, I was there and I was telling her what a man should do, what a man should not do, all those things. I promise you, I was trying my best to lead by example. So when she became an adult and she got out there in the world and she had her boyfriends and whatnot, wasn't in her business. Only in her business when she called me and asked me for a ride. And when she asked me for a ride, in that same conversation, she made it a point to say her boyfriend told her he can't take her at the time. They're not together anymore. He can't take her because he had to get up too early. And to me, as a father, that was not acceptable. So I told her and I explained to her the reason why I'm not going to take her to work, because as a father and the way I raised you and I put morals and values in you, there is no way that that man should be laying in the bed telling you that he's not going to take you to work because he got to get up too early. I didn't raise you like that. So with that being my standard, I'm not going to take you to work. I'm not. You need to find another way to work. Call a cab, Lyft, whatever you need to do. I'm not going to fall for that when you have an able-bodied man in your life. I'm not. And it cost me talking to my daughter for a year, and I accepted that. We're fine now. And believe me when I tell you, she learned from that as well as I've learned from that. But she definitely learned from that. We don't have these situations anymore. But I get what you're saying, Bomb Cherry. The optics could be a little bit troubling based on who is accepting it and who's letting it come in, especially from a woman's perspective and a daughter's perspective. It's going to be different from a son and a father's perspective. I'll land my plane.
No, I see your point. Listen, I'm not here to tell you if you're good, bad father or not. The idea that you think because I'm a mother with sons, I was a daughter with the father. My dad was very active in my life. Stood over me like trying to control me up until a certain age when my mom said, hey, we did what we were supposed to do. Now it's her turn. But I get look, you had the opportunity and you took it to argue with your daughter on the phone. Because you could have, if you could have picked her up and explained to her on the ride, hey, why your man couldn't take you? Like, what's going on? Don't you think he should be taking you? You could have taught her a different way where you wouldn't have been not talking to her for a year. That's all I'm saying. But, hey, we all parent differently. Some of us, we ain't going to, we're not going to be out of contact with our children for a year over a ride.
Absolutely. I will absolutely do it. Absolutely.
And it's not a ride. It's the concept and it's the point. And again, you're picking and you're nitpicking things.
No, I'm not judging you.
Can I finish? Whether I told her on the phone or in person, the message was still delivered. So it doesn't matter if I told her on the phone or in person. I wasn't loud. I wasn't belligerent. I had my father tone and I addressed what I addressed. It could have been in person or on the phone. So that's irrelevant. She got the point.
But I think the point would have been missed if you'd have took her to work, in my opinion.
Exactly. It definitely would have been missed.
In my opinion.
Right.
I don't know. My dad was a powerful man. And while he was driving me to work and he was talking about, a man does this and that, it would have made me feel like, damn, my dad is telling me I'm not with a man right now and he don't approve. And, and it just would have hit different. But for me and my dad, but I am, just because I don't have daughters don't mean I wasn't a daughter with a dad. You know what I mean? And I'm not judging you. Your outcome judge, that's the judgment right there. Your outcome. You since fixed it. Your outcome. If you okay with the outcome, I'm okay with the outcome, babe.
Okay. Go ahead. What's your thoughts on it, Detroit?
All right, let me unmute. First off, good morning to everybody in the panel. Happy holidays to y'all.
Grand Rise.
You gonna get my Christmas gift, Detroit? What you want, babe?
You gonna sew me something? I'll take something if you sew me.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna show you something. We're gonna talk about it later.
All right, baby. So, honestly, as a father, now I'm a father of daughters. And I'll talk about my oldest one, my 21-year-old. And that's my stepdaughter. So even that, having a very strong relationship with her is unique.
Words.
You know, she don't kind of look at her father. Her father's there, but she doesn't look to him as like the nurturing type of father. So a lot of things, lessons and things like that, you know, since she was 2 years old, you know what I mean? She's been learning from me. So sometimes I'll just say, you know, in that situation, I'm not going to dwell on the car ride thing. What I will say in those situations, though, I relish those situations as a father. I relish them. You know, I've told you guys the right thing to do. I've taught y'all the right thing. We taught you about the wrong thing, right people, wrong people, right? And as a parent, my dad still to this day would be the type that will you know, tell my boss at work, if he gives you a problem, give me a call. Like, that's my father. You know, he's still that type of dude. And I learned from him, like, it's not so much
what's
how
that kid on Detroit? Otis, can you block Percio 7279? They keep writing, they keep spelling out the N-word in the chat, spamming for no reason. I can't do it on my side. It's crazy. Go ahead.
Guys, give me 1 second.
Yeah, they knew I was talking. So those moments I relish in them. You know, like you know, if it had been a car ride like that, yeah, you know, I'll scoop you up. But guess what that ride is gonna be? Like a scathing rebuke of what your decisions have been and this and that. Because I got your ears open. You know what I'm saying? At that point, her soul was probably down because, you know, she wasn't planning on calling her father for that. So sometimes those moments are like, as a parent, where I relish the most, because it can be the most impactful, even if they're adults. Parenting doesn't stop. You can stop being a mama and daddy every day and taking care of everything, but parenting really, like, to me, now I'm getting older, doesn't really stop. I think what sometimes can happen is pride sets in, and you know, I've taught you all these lessons. You should know this by now. You know, you got a man right there. And sometimes that pride can kick in, where it's like, you know, for whatever reason, I'm not trying to analyze or diagnose nobody, but pride is always there with us. You know what I mean? And as men, we are prideful people. The conversation this morning, I think, started somewhere around like fear and anxiety. And you know, sometimes, you know, conflating the two, you know, or the three, you know, can be a problem too. Anxiety, to me, I think I said this last night for some reason, but anxiety is when you are nervous about an outcome that you're not planning for anyway. So, you know, anxiety will keep somebody from starting a business, maybe because they're worried about the business failing, right? It's not a fear that the business is going to fail, because you're not going to die if the business fails. It's the anxiety that this outcome isn't going to be the way I wanted it to be. And, you know, pride slips into all these things. So sometimes when I hear, especially men, and we got to think about it when we, you know, talking to young ladies, you know, it is different. That relationship between fathers and daughters is going to be a little bit different there, but it's different in a way where usually there's more leniency from the other race, meaning I don't like men, so I might be a little bit harder on my boys, and the daughters might have a little bit easier time, right? But they all are going to be learning lessons and all going to learn from me. But at no point, I don't think, would I ever, like, you know, stop teaching my kids. It would be, maybe there would be a cutoff point. You know, it depends on what they did in life and things, but some of the stuff that we'll, you know, check them on, or what I've heard as examples of what we'll check them on, those aren't that serious to me. To me, it's almost a way of like, I don't know. It's a way of showing pride in a physical or verbal way, if that makes sense.
Can I say something real quick? Let me say, and I normally don't do this, but it's crazy to me how the people, some people in the chat, and it's mainly women, are saying the things that they're saying. And I know it's going to be controversial what I'm about to say, but to me, the women
let it go.
But you could tell, like the shiesty bums and people like that who are saying things, you could tell, and God forgive me if I'm wrong, they don't have their father in their lives. Triggered. They don't.
Otis,
They did.
stop picking fights. Let them do whatever. That chat don't exist. It don't exist.
But hear me out though. It worries me and it bothers me that you have an active father who's in his child's life, even though there's nothing perfect. Everything is not perfect, but I'm in my child's life and I'm doing what I'm doing. I have standards that I stand on. And there's people in the chat who are saying like, I don't love my daughter. She doesn't respect you. That is crazy. It's not bothering me, but I'm just really like, where's your father? Because my father. So I'm trying to see, are you suffering from what I suffered and you still haven't recovered? But I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm cool.
You okay? Let me ask you this, brother. Can you see, not visual, but can you understand where the line is between our standards and pride?
I heard you, yes, but I don't believe this is a pride situation. I don't think, I'll let you talk. I didn't cut you off, but I heard what you were saying. I don't think pride has anything to do with it.
I'm not saying your situation. I'm just saying in general.
No, not my situation. I'm about in general as a father trying to show their daughter or children the right thing and the right path in life. And when they do something, quote unquote, against your belief system or the way you raise them, I don't think that has anything to do with ego or pride when you try to step in and feel the way you feel. No, it's just a sense of, what you've gone through in your past. You brought your children up and you tried your best to put it and instill it in them. And then they go out, life, and they end up in a situation you like, are you kidding me? We just talked about this. That has nothing to do with pride, has nothing to do with ego. It's like, what the hell happened? So as a father, you want to step in and be like, no, get out that situation. Or no, let it be. You're going to learn from this because I told you several times, I'm going to fall back. I'm not taking.
And that's where, right.
So
I got you. I got you. The standard is what disappoints you, right? Because we set this standard and, you haven't led up to this standard or whatever. This is not what this family is about. This is not what we taught you. This is not right. That's the standard. But pride is the reaction to that. And that's where I'm trying to put in here. How we react to whatever these children do is on us. And our reactions are going to be built off of all these different things. Pride is a part of it, right? Sometimes fear is a part of it. Anxiety can be a part of it. But it's all a part of our response. So yes, she did whatever she did. It does not meet your standards. And I think in most cases, it doesn't meet most men's standards or anything like that. But our responses, that's where I'm talking about. Not so much like what she did. Because what she did, I guess anybody.
I ain't gonna lie, Detroit. Hey, my kid don't want to talk to me. That is my kid problem, not mine. That's how I actually look at it. That is my kid's fault. That ain't mine. If I tell you, hey, a grown kid at that, we're not talking about no little young kid. I'm sorry. If I tell you that, hey, this is what needs to be done, and you are not following what needs to be done, and you decide to not talk to me because I'm teaching you the right thing, that is your decision. I'm going to respect your grown-ass decision, and I ain't going to feel not one way. I'm going to sleep good. I'm going to hug on that big old booty. I'm going to go to sleep, wake up, brush my teeth, eat my fruits. I'm not going to miss a heartbeat. I'm not going to feel a certain way because I did everything right. And if you decide that is something to not speak to me about, that is your decision. And I'm going to respect you as a full functioning adult. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Supreme Vaginal Vessel. Good day. How you doing today?
You so silly.
Hey, PH Diva.
Hey, y'all. Hey, happy, what is it, Christmas
holidays,
Eve?
Happy holidays.
Happy Christmas Eve.
Happy holidays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a blackout Christmas. I ain't buying shit. I ain't paying for shit. And I ain't cooking shit.
Ain't no way.
I will be
Otis, what
cooking
you
right
about
now.
to do? Otis, what you about to do?
But I think that sounds hilarious since we talking about. Oh,
Otis, what you about to do? You on mute, bro.
you're on
You on
mute,
mute.
Otis.
You on mute.
Take your time, Otis. Take your time. You okay?
You make him nervous, PhD.
You still on mute, sir.
You're on mute,
You
Otis.
still
Hold
on
on.
mute,
You're on
sir.
mute.
I thought
Hey,
he
let
didn't
him
celebrate
get his bearings
holidays.
together.
On
You
a
see,
Christmas.
nervous. Look, man, that's crazy.
He did. He just got to fix. He got to fix whatever he fixes. He just said, "Let me know when you're ready to come back up, Otis." You good? Not yet. Just give me a finger
So
when you're ready.
Otis said he don't celebrate holidays. He got on a Merry Christmas shirt over there. He must have changed his ways.
So Diva, what's your thoughts on that? Diva, should I was asking Bomb, she answered it, and I wanted to know your thought pattern on it as well. How much pressure should a father put on himself, percentage-wise, if we could put one, on the man that his daughter chooses?
Oh wow, that's tough. Just because girls do what they want after a certain age, you know, like especially when it comes to men, like that's just what it is. So how much, you know, because I've seen like very present, everyday, hands-on fathers have daughters that grow up and just choose a man that's totally different from them. I'm related to a couple of them. I don't know. It might be like a 60-40 type split. I don't know.
Because
I
I
want to
think it
say
is
50-50, but I know it ain't.
really that high, 50-50. I was as I'm thinking about, because I know some as well, Diva. Like I know some that chose something that is far from what the image is supposed to be. And it's just like but I know a lot of men have that fear of their daughter choosing the wrong mate, and they put so much pressure on themselves. I think they sometimes coddle their daughters as well. Bomb said she believes that the daughter is going to just choose from what she sees. And so regardless, it's going to be the daddy's fault, regardless of what he does.
I ain't said nothing like that.
Shit. That's what you said, Bob.
I said nothing like
What you
no, I
said, baby?
actually said what PhD was said in the beginning. I said we went look when we become a certain age, we're gonna choose who we choose, right? But I thought I chose something completely different than my dad. And that's because my husband don't look like my dad. My husband is very educated and in that lane, and my daddy wasn't. But essentially, my husband treated me just like my dad treated me, right? Open doors. He respected me. You know, he's respected my mother. So I've now found that I actually chose a man very much like my dad. It just took some knowledge, you know, for me to grow older to recognize that. And so his daughter still young though, right? She may be going through a phase where she's choosing, or she may have chosen somebody just like her dad. He may just don't like it because he see himself in that young man.
So
or
now
I just want to say real quick, Sharon, or she
Yeah.
might not have had, and I'm not dispersing this man, right? He might not have had, they might not have had the tightest relationship where she knew she didn't know of the pieces of him to be looking for in a man, maybe.
And so now, but with that being said, how much responsibility should a father how much pressure should a father actually put on himself for his daughter choosing the correct mate is my question.
As much as he can.
Yeah.
Joyce says as much as he can. What you think, Mom?
I think, first of all, I think my dad put a lot of pressure on himself just to make sure I was protected, right? So when he met anybody I dated or who I ended up married, he told them that he would fuck them up if they mess with me. And that's why he put all his, you know what I mean? He told them what it would be if they hurt me, and then he'd let them go. And then they haven't hurt me at all.
Okay.
You understand? And that's it.
Hey Diva, did you hear before we bring Happy into the conversation, did you hear Otis' story that what kind of sparked the conversation?
No, I did not. What did he say?
So his daughter called him. They haven't spoken for a year for this decision, right? His daughter called him and said, "Can you take me to work?" And he said, "Sure." But while they was talking, he wanted to find out that she had a boyfriend that was living in the house, and the reason why the boyfriend didn't want to take her to work is because he would have had to wake up too early to take her to work. And so when Otis found that out, he said, "No, he is not taking her to work. You need to get your boyfriend to take you to work." And from that decision, she didn't speak to him for a year. What is your thoughts on
Really?
that? Yeah. What is your thoughts on
So
that decision making
from her
for,
end,
for her end and then on his end? Yeah.
right. So from her end, it's just absolutely asinine. And so this is one of the things with black women. Black women like to expect more from random other people than they do from their man. Black women, yes. Um, and it's almost like the man is too good to be bothered with such trivial matters, right? Because I've had a woman cussed me out and threatened to get violent with me. I didn't even know this woman. She was there with her man at a train station, and she asked me could she use my phone. I don't know her. I said no. She cussed me out. Her man had to tell her, "Babe, you can't expect that lady to," right? So one of the hallmarks of black women is that black women like to expect more from other people than they do from their man. So that's crazy, right? If your man won't take you and you don't have a problem with it, how you gonna not talk to your daddy for a year because he won't take you? That don't make no sense to me. From his perspective, I actually understand, right? And this old what is it, McGraw, crime dog, Otis. You so- but I actually agree with him in this instance. I wouldn't have took her ass either. Go tell that man that you lay next to who sweat on top of you every day. I have to tell women this all the time. Don't ask me, ask your man. So yeah, I'm with Otis on this one. Amazingly.
Yeah. I was with him as well. A lot of people didn't like that we was on Otis' side with this one. Um and especially because because of the result of that she didn't speak to him for a year over this decision. So it's kind of like a harsh punishment on both
Right.
parties, right? So,
Right.
but however, hey, sometimes I feel like, hey, if I'm doing the right thing, I would take that punishment. That kid, my kid, is
Right.
tripping, and I'm not
Yeah,
going to feel bad for it.
but you're doing the
Exactly.
wrong thing right now because you're saying that people didn't like that you was on his side,
Yeah.
and I don't think anybody didn't like it. I think we all see there's different angles to parenting. There's no one right way. So even I say I understood what he did, but I wouldn't have. My father wouldn't have done it that way.
Hmm.
My dad would have used. He would have picked me up to take me to work, and then remember, he said that she said that he didn't take her to work because he also has to go to work, right? So that means he's not just a bum laying there. He works. Now I would have made it. I would have kicked in his ass or took them goddamn keys and went to work. I wouldn't have called my dad. You understand? I would have had to handle that myself because I know if get my dad involved, it's gonna be something. You only get your dad involved when it's an emergency. Only when you know what I mean? Because you get him involved, you ain't gonna never be able to get him out because he gonna hurt somebody. But I never said that I disagree with you or I
No, but
even distribute. I just have a
because
different.
people in the chat was saying that Otis don't love his daughter and that he was they were saying things about him in
Yeah.
the chat for him
Oh, okay.
making that decision. That's why he came up and said, he started saying certain names, which he he went a little bit out of
Oh
pocket.
yeah, yeah.
So,
But
but
originally they was on his side though. Like when I came up, I knew I was taking a stance that the chat wasn't normally going with. Because they agreed with PhD to a degree. We all could see his point. It's just that his outcome was what his outcome was. Maybe he could have did it different. He could have said, "Well, maybe I could have did
absolutely
different."
not. Couldn't have did
Okay.
it different. Absolutely not.
If you're not crying like he was though, right?
I,
He admitted he was crying.
mhm.
Yeah, but why would she be madder at her daddy for not taking her than the man laying next to her, who's supposed to be the one getting up out of his sleep to take her?
Man, it
Right.
must be something he said. Because I wouldn't.
What I
Oh, go
think.
ahead. Go ahead,
I was
Detroit.
gonna say that's what I think. I think it's how that conversation went,
Right.
and You know, I'm just thinking like if my daughter called me with something like that and I told her no, like I'm probably coming with some kind of energy anyway to tell her no, because I'm like in most cases, you know, I'm not like I'm gonna jump up at the behest of my child, but you know, in most cases, okay, dang it, I don't want to take you to work, but let me figure out how I can. Or even if I'm chewing you out, you know what I'm saying? I'm still figuring out how I can maybe help you. Two
Absolutely
things
not.
maybe. Well,
But you still
Absolutely
have the
not.
same
it depends.
issue.
Wait a second. Let me say this. It depends on whether this was the first time or not.
No,
Because
don't.
in well, that's where we're different then.
It don't because how. But go ahead. I think Diva was thinking in the same thought patterns I was. Go ahead, Diva. I think we was thinking about the same thing.
No, I'm just saying, like, you got a man laying next to you. How are you madder at somebody outside of your home than you are at the person who sleep next to you, who sleep on top of you for not getting up out their sleep to take you to work? Like that, I don't understand that.
It's not possible for
I
me.
mean, that part I don't know if she was more upset with him. It sounded like she might have been like feeling like she didn't have no place else to call, so she called her dad.
Right, but she didn't speak to her dad because he told her no. But she stayed with that
They didn't
man and
speak
he
to each
told her
other.
no. Right, but she stayed with that man and didn't have an issue with that man when he told her no.
He
Right,
said they
because
broke up though.
she went to the next person, right? So she like, all right, my baby said he gotta wake up. She gave the excuse. He said he gotta wake up too early. So let me call my dad. That is
Right,
the number one issue. You cannot, if you're not gonna be mad at him for
right.
giving whatever his excuse is or
Don't be
whatever his
mad at
reasoning
nobody.
is, you cannot be mad at anybody outside of your bedroom at that point.
And of course, they broke up subsequently. He wasn't the one for her. He wasn't even willing to get up out of his
His
sleep for her.
dad.
And that's
Right,
what her daddy was trying to point out to her.
right.
Right. I guess my thing is there's just you know, if you want to teach a lesson, that's one thing. If you want to punish, that's different. And it sounded like
Sometimes it
more
takes both.
what he was on was more punishment than teaching. And maybe it's that got to be at that point because she's 30. That's fine. But it doesn't preclude the fact that like it was his way of teaching by punishment. And that's the
No,
part that I
How is it
okay.
punishment? How is that
yeah, I
punishment for
don't think
not?
that's punishment. I think he was teaching by
Standard.
example and experience and standard. Right.
Yeah,
Don't
Right.
call me when you got somebody right next to you who's supposed to be the one signing up to do it. Why are you calling me?
yeah.
I
Why do you even
got you.
think this is acceptable?
I got you.
And this is how we started the conversation earlier, Detroit. Of a parent with standards is always that child is always gonna find a way to not speak to you because you are gonna hold and maintain your parental standard at some point, and your child's like, but you my dad. Exactly. Don't call my
I mean,
black
I
ass.
agree with that point
Do
because
not
like
call my black ass anymore. Listen,
well
and the funny part about it is your children are going to leave you for less than like for example her man that is laying down in her room. Right, so she didn't speak to her dad for a year.
right.
That is
I guess to
crazy
me,
for
I can
something so
see where some
trivial, and then now
standards.
we trying to put the blame. But what I'm saying is that we can't put the blame on the father for holding the
That's the
standard and
blame.
say, "Hey, baby girl, this is your dad's standard. You have a man. That man is on, like how Diva said, hopping on. You know, father ain't gonna say hopping on top of you, huffing and sweating. But you know, you got a man that is up in your crib. Ain't
you
no
know,
way.
Up
what's
in your
worse?
Calling
guts.
me.
If she listened to this stream, she ain't gonna talk to him for about 5 years. Cause my God, man, the idea that parents bring their children's business to the internet so everybody can talk about, that's crazy work.
No, that's not. Absolutely
It's
not. Because
just it's just giving
we
an
use it as
example of
a
life
greater
lessons for
conversation.
other
We're not
people.
actually
What?
talking
Yeah.
because we're not actually talking about his daughter. We just talking about the situation.
No, but he was talking about his daughter.
Does anybody know his daughter?
No.
Yeah, so I mean, then,
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's just a
not relevant.
conversation. Yeah, it's just a
No,
conversation.
right, I agree.
Like
Yeah,
I could bring up something between me and
That's
my girl, but
crazy.
nobody knows who my girl is, and nobody knows who I am, but everybody knows who the John God is or whatever. But point being is that if no one knows who the other party is or the parties are, then it's just a story to be, a life lesson maybe.
No, you didn't hear what I said. I said, because he said it out of his own mouth. He said, "Oh, she probably gonna be mad at me when she hear this." That's what he out of his own mouth said that on this panel today.
Well, I think
I didn't say that we're going to say anything to his daughter. She will hear the conversation.
What I'm saying is that nobody knows. I don't think she's gonna be mad that he told the story to us, per se. That now
that's
that we know
exactly what came out of his mouth, though. What you saying? What you think?
Because I think it'll be.
It.
Hey, you want to talk?
He said she gonna be mad at me.
Yeah, and I think the reason that he said that is not because he told us the story per se. It's more about the fact that he brought up the story in general. She probably don't like the topic. She don't like the subject. She don't like talking about it because there's probably still healed wounds.
Play it back to her,
right?
And he say, "See, listen to all these people agreeing with me." He's probably gonna play it back to her.
All right, I don't know where you got that from.
Yeah, because where was you?
To throw it in her face, from what I heard.
Let me rewind. God damn.
Let me also welcome into the show the GOAT, another father. The GOAT, what is your thoughts on this topic at hand? Did you hear the scenario?
Hey, Taz.
What's good? What's good with everybody?
We're doing well. Happy holidays.
Go ahead and talking about nothing.
So look, I disagree with y'all on this one, and here's why. I think that, like, for example, I have a daughter. She's an adult. If her and her dude into it or whatever, and she can't, get him to do it that day or some shit, she called me, and then it happens again. I don't think that type of shit is supposed to matter. I think her happiness is supposed to matter a little bit more. And a lot of times they in these relationships with someone maybe you don't like, don't want them to be with, whatever. I don't know if it's good to punish her in that instance by forcing her to be with a person who you're saying is lazy in the sense of needing that person. If she needs him and she need him, why are you not going to be there when he falls short? I just don't feel like we have the ability as fathers to say, okay, he's gonna fuck you over. Bye-bye. Good luck. So I don't believe if this is such a bad situation, you go pick her up and you check her for him being there. You don't just say, I'll holler at you tomorrow.
And when she goes back, then what?
What say what now?
When she goes back, then what? Do you just compete? Do you just repeat the cycle over and over and over? Like, at what point do you stop the cycle?
When do you stop parenting?
Yeah, no, it's not about not
stop
parenting.
Becoming a parent.
It's still being a parent. It's not.
You are a parent, no matter. Listen, that. But what I'm saying is, if that, it is. If that, once again, the lesson he's talking about teaching her on the way to work or whatever, that's a parent teaching a lesson.
Absolutely.
Like, no matter what, that doesn't stop.
That's fine, but you're not answering the question at what. So by your standard, you're never going to stop the cycle. You're just going to be there every single day that this happens.
How do you know when you stop the cycle?
I'm asking you the question.
I gotta answer.
Hold on, slow down. So I don't want, because I think this is.
I gotta answer.
I don't want to turn to a scream. I think it's good that
I got you.
we have different parenting points of views. So the question that he's asking, Taz, if you was to take her to the thing and then she goes back and this is on recurring thing, when would the lesson be? I'm not taking you to. Because what would be the lesson change up if the taking her to work and communicating with her didn't work?
Yeah, just to put in a little bit more context, she's 30 years old, so this is probably not the first time that she's been dating someone.
But I could say a million times, don't do this no more. If at the end of the day, if she needs you and you are not there, you are failing your child.
Hold on. Let's slow it down. So, hold on. So I want to make sure we hear the answer. So you said you would go a million times.
Yeah. If I have to tell her a million times, hey, this some bullshit, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Like, what the hell are you doing? You still with this motherfucker? You still with this nigga? And I gotta get up and take you. At some point, she's not even gonna want to call me. I'm just telling you.
Then you failed at parenting at that point. If she no longer feels like she can call you to get help, and by the same standards, you failed. The issue is this is not a scenario.
One at a time. Hold on.
This is not a scenario.
Like, what I don't want to do, right? I don't want to get to disrespecting you until you having a baby in the first place, bitch ass nigga. I don't want to do that, fuck nigga. So watch.
Oh, is he talking to me? He upset now?
Watch your motherfucking mouth, bitch.
But what if I don't?
You hear me though?
What if I don't?
Hold on,
man.
y'all. This is a
What if
holiday.
I don't?
Hold on, it's a holiday
What if
show.
I
Y'all see
don't?
the goddamn
Put
sweater?
the show up then.
Y'all
What
see
if
the
I
sweater?
don't?
This
What
is
if
a
I
holiday
don't?
show. Hold on.
What if I
Hold on. It's
don't?
a holiday show. Let's keep it.
Tis the season to be jolly.
Hold
Well,
on.
I am very happy. I like conflict. What if I don't?
Taz, I got an answer for AR. Let me answer, brother.
Anyway,
Bro,
the point I was making, because I think he thought
Yeah,
that I
we
was
gonna
saying
fuck
that
the
he's not a
show
good
up.
father,
Bitch
but I
ass
was just
nigga.
bringing
You
up an
keep cutting me
example.
off. You saying I'm
Yeah,
mad and making it seem like something wrong. No, bitch, you cutting me off because you
you
don't like what
upset.
I'm
You
saying.
and your
Obviously,
feelings.
you're a failure yourself. You don't
That's
like what I'm
cool.
saying. It bothers you.
What if I keep
I don't
talking?
have to cut
You
you
told
off.
me I need to stop talking. What if I
I
don't
don't
stop
have to
talking?
cut you off.
What are you gonna do if I
I
don't
don't
stop
have to
talking?
cut you off. I don't
You're
have
cutting me
to.
off right now.
How? When I was the one talking in
Because
the
I'm
first
talking.
place, bitch.
Because when I talk, you should
I'm the
stop
one that had
talking.
the mic.
When I talk,
Go
you should
ahead,
stop
bitch. Go ahead
talking.
and talk. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I appreciate it. I think you thought I was taking a shot at you by saying you're not a good father or something. No, I was bringing up the example Detroit gave, which is if you stop doing something for her, then you fail as a parent. So I was just saying, if you took that route where you were constantly helping her and she was like, "Oh, I'm not going to go to you anymore," then by that context, by the context that I feel like Detroit was saying, that would make you a failed parent. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying you're a failed parent.
And I want to respond to that. Taz.
Right quick. He's talking to me. He's not talking to you. He's talking to me.
Yeah,
So
Detroit.
said my name.
See?
Fam,
Oh, well, my bad.
No, I was talking to both of you.
So
He's
this
a little
is what I need you
sensitive
to
right
understand, though. What I wouldn't say to you is you failed as a father because you're making it sound like you wouldn't be there for your daughter at some point. I ain't coming at you like that. I could have came straight through the door. Hey, you failing as a father because you saying you're not going to be there for your daughter when she might need you in a moment. I'm not doing that to you. I'm trying to have a conversation with you, not throw accusations, not make it sound fucked up. So let's just keep it 100, right? So let's just get back to the point. Point being, all I'm saying is there is no time where I feel like you can tell your children whatever happens, happens. You always have to be there for your children. In my understanding of being a father, I ain't walking away. So whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to let her miss work, lose her job, and now I got to help her even fucking more. That's foolish to me.
But I think I feel like there needs to be like a standard. Like not everything can be something that she can come to, like you can't coddle her over everything. Her not going to work because she
you know what? That's that tough love bullshit that black families tend to do. Tough love doesn't work.
No, I think there's just a discrepancy between the way
women.
that women
They love to
handle
give
it
the
and the way
tough
that
love
men
to the
handle it.
women, to the girls. But my dad was there for me until the day he died. If I could have called him and said I need money for this, he would have made sure he got it. If I said I needed a ride and it's desperate, I need to get to the hospital, he would have drove from Louisiana to Delaware to take me. Because
This is
that's
not a situation that his daughter is about to die or that she's on the side of the street
and we
stranded.
could coddle our motherfucking children if that's what we want to do.
Hey, if that's what you want to do, you can coddle them when they don't learn lessons. That's fine.
But they learn
lessons. This is not a scenario where this is not a life or death situation.
Okay.
This is not a situation where she can't figure out
What type of lesson do you want them to learn?
Issue.
That they're on their own, they have no family to rely upon? Is that the lesson you want them to learn?
The lesson I want them to learn is to not be with a nigga that's a bum. That's the lesson that I would prefer someone to learn, to make better choices in life. And this is the issue, is that a lot of people have a problem with taking accountability. Like it seems like people that constantly make bad decisions always want to rely on everybody else. And then when other people say, "Hey, I'm not going to do that now. I'm not going to do it this time," then it's a big problem. Now you're the bad guy or the bad girl because you said, "Hey, you're 30 fucking years old. Maybe be a fucking adult and make better decisions." You're somehow the bad guy. You're somehow the bad girl for standing on. You're 30 years old. It's not on other people to constantly coddle you and go out of their way to help you when you're a 30-year-old adult.
So listen, bro, I made promises to my daughter that I will always be there no matter what. The minute I rescind that, I'm not a good father anymore. She might be laid up with some fuck nigga thinking, okay, well, at least my dad gonna bail me out. And if you choose to go against your word of the promises you made to always be there for your daughter, that's on you. When I made that promise, I meant that shit. Even if some fuck nigga come along and she start fucking on him, that don't mean all of a sudden now I gotta start teaching her lessons and shit. Not by harming her, no. If I can't talk her out of it, at some point, fam, yes, it's going to be a problem. And I might start yelling and fussing like you're saying. But what you don't do is walk away. You never get the opportunity to walk away from your kids and say good luck. That's what I'm trying to understand from you. What are you saying?
What I'm saying is that it's not a life. I 100% agree with you. I think that we just have a different line where I believe that it should be. And if I had I don't have any kids. If I had a daughter and she was on the side of the road, yeah, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm asleep, I'm not going to help you, or tell that dude that you with or whatever to come and help you. If she's on the side of the street and she's stranded, yeah, I'm gonna come help. If she's with a dude and she's 30 years old and she's been through this shit repeatedly, or she's been through this shit repeatedly with this dude, and I told her to leave him, hey, he's a bum, X, Y, and Z. She's like, oh, can you take me to work? No, I'm not driving 40 minutes to take you to work. After I've been told you repeatedly that you need to make better decisions. At some point, you can, like, in my eyes, at some point, you cannot always be the backstop for minor shit. And this is a minor thing. Getting into a new relationship is a minor, assuming she's, he's not abusive or something like that. It's a minor thing. So this is not a life or death situation. It's not something crazy serious where you can't say, hey, I'm too busy for this, or no, you need to figure out yourself, because that's what it really comes down to. A lot of these people, they don't get told that, and that's why they keep on making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, because they always got someone to rely on. They always got someone to say, hey, I fucked up, I just blew $10,000, but at least I can go to my dad and ask him for $2,000, so I'm good. And then they're gonna go do it again. They constantly do this shit. And I see this shit in real life all the time.
The projection. And that's projection more than
it's not projection. I see this shit in real life. I'm good. Like, I don't.
That's not projecting into this. I'm saying into this situation.
Hold on. So we saying hold on. So we saying that that's not a true thing, that children get coddled by their parents and they never learn the lesson.
No, children absolutely can be coddled, but the lessons usually. First off, let's just say this, and I'm not trying to, bash old boy that was on here earlier or whatever. There was something leading up to this. There has been things leading up to this that got this to this point where a car ride had this man not talking to his daughter for a year. Can we all agree on that? There was something. There's some underlying.
No, we cannot agree on that.
See,
I agree.
No.
Hold on. So no, that we can't agree on that.
Okay, that's fine. If we don't agree on that, that's fine.
But hold on. I want to say why we don't agree. The reason why we don't agree, his daughter chose not to speak to him because he was holding a standard, and she still went back home and laid up with the man that started the situation.
But you don't even know why she's not speaking. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is the problem with what
I'm just saying. We're just going by the story, guys.
But we disagree with you.
Hold on. So I just want to hold on. I don't want to add extra to it because
I'm not trying to add.
Like, that's just what we got, and we just want to take what he.
Please hear me out. Because I'm not trying to add extra to it. But if you're not in communication with her, you don't know what's happening. So now that you ain't took her to work and all this type of shit when she need a ride, he might be whooping her motherfucking ass or anything, and you're not involved. You don't even know how that scenario played out. You don't know how the relationship is playing out now because you're not involved in a situation that was volatile in the first place, which is why she called your punk ass. Like I say, bro, some of this shit is crazy. As fathers, that we don't see it as we have to protect our daughters. I don't get it, but it is what it is.
So, but the problem is that sometimes you got to protect your daughter by removing yourself.
And just leaving her? Absolutely. Just leave her to a situation.
I never heard that one before. That's something new right there.
Sometimes you gotta let your
sounds like abandonment to me.
Sometimes you gotta let your child fall on their face.
No.
Because some people
don't abandon them. Do not abandon your child.
Hold on.
You see how they paint this shit?
Remember when I was talking about pride?
Can we slow down? Hold on, we gotta slow down. So, at what age do you allow your child to make mistakes?
To be an adult.
To make
you
mistakes.
Always allow them to make mistakes.
They start making mistakes at 2. What do you mean?
Okay, so we talking about a third, but because I think that's where the confusion at, right? Because y'all still talking about young kids, and we're talking about children that are making adult decisions.
Yeah. So
that's bringing into adult decision making children.
All right, your child is your child forever.
No.
As long as you live. That is your child.
No.
Okay? Regardless of the age, that is your offspring. There is an obligation that one decent human being ought to conceive to look out for their offspring. I don't understand this abandonment exception. Like, why is it that because a child is a certain age, it's cool to let them, go into the that's
Figure
what
out
you
how to
get
get it to work
mode.
by themselves.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, let her finish. Let her finish, please.
That's what we going. That's what you get. When we can intervene, that's the despicableness of this. When you can intervene, right? Say, for instance, your child is some wayward person that doesn't tell you anything. Maybe somebody's whooping their ass or whatever. They're out on the street, whatever. They didn't tell you. That's different from being informed. When you're informed that your offspring is in need of something you can provide, it is abandonment to refuse to do it.
I disagree. And the reason why
I just want to let you know I'm gonna leave.
The reason why I disagree with it. Hold on, man. The reason
I just want to tell you what I wanted you to do because I wanted my spot to go to Otis.
It's already. Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. I just want Otis to take this spot because I want him to kind of speak since this is situation.
Make sure he's still in the chat. Make sure he's still there.
Well, let me see if I leave. I think he said he wanted to come up. I thought I saw him saying that. Otis, just do a quick comment, real quick. And y'all tripping Taz is right. Y'all supposed to be there for y'all kids. I ain't never heard no crazy shit like this.
It's crazy that y'all think because you don't give someone a car ride that you abandon your child.
I would just buy my daughter a car. Sharon skipping my super chats, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Otis, make a comment so I can go because I got some stuff to do today.
Yeah. Okay. He said
he'll waste me.
Yeah, he said he's here.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
They got a lot of men who want
Otis, y'all. The link is for Otis. No, I just disagree with the tactic. If you are always going to be there for the child, they are not learning discernment. They are not learning the lesson if they're going to keep continuously do the same thing over and over again, in my opinion.
Yeah, but that's not true.
For example, you saying this is not true, but time has proven it.
You're just talking about a bad relationship, though, Sharon. That shit, like that might be one day, and then a month later it happens again. So, with my lifelong experience, I'm not willing to. Because again, I think you're supposed to be more involved in this anyway. You're supposed to have a relationship with him. You're supposed to be able to talk to him about what's going on. Like this ain't just supposed to be you dealing with your daughter and some nigga there laid up, right? This should be a situation where it's your daughter with the dude that you have some type of rapport with. I just like some of this is you can't deal with it as hands off if you're a hands-on parent. So I mean, I'm not sure the scenario what y'all actually referring to, because as a hands-on parent, fam, I'm gonna know him. He ain't gonna just be able to do that and play with me like that.
Right. And so and the issue is that my daughter cannot be more mad at me and not speak to me for a year than the man that she is laying next to.
Yes, she can.
Absolutely not.
It depends on the response of the father.
No, it does not. It does not. It's no way. It's not possible that you demand more from your father than the person that you are laying.
Not demanding more.
No.
What I'm saying response is
Hold on.
Let me.
Let's. That's literally demanding more from your father than the person you're laying down with.
I did demand more from my father with my feelings, right? The man I trust who raised me, and he could have hurt my feelings more than any man on earth. And so if my dad took an opportunity to destroy me in a moment of when I needed him, right? Because he yelled at me, because we heard what Otis said. And then yes, I might not talk to him because I would be hurt.
Yeah, I'm above any man she lays with.
That's crazy.
That's kind of, it's almost sounding incesty, but it's all
no,
good.
that don't sound incesty. My dad came before my husband up until a certain point.
Incesty? You sound bitch.
Let's ignore that. Hold on, let's ignore that. Let's just keep it in the conversation. We're doing good. Let's just ignore that. What I'm saying is this. My child is going to have to learn how to
say that Otis is jealous of the relationship.
My child is going to have to learn how to be an adult. They're going to have to learn how to deal with their decisions. So, okay, so let me ask you a question. My son, he had drink and drive. He said he made a mistake. And he said he needed help getting his license back and stuff like that. I helped him with it. 2 months later, he crashed his car for drinking. What should I do then? Should I do the same exact thing again?
No,
Hold
you should
on,
be
not
taking
you,
him to
AR,
work every day.
not you, AR. For the people that said that.
Man.
So at that moment, and he told me that he wasn't going to do that, blah, blah, blah. He learned his lesson. And he does it again. At that moment, what should I do as a father?
Are you asking each and every one of us?
Yeah, because I could definitely talk about it.
Okay, designate who you want to respond first, please.
Yeah, you started. Go ahead.
I would make sure it's understood, unless you go to rehab, I cannot afford in my conscience, even if I got the paper, right? Say I got the paper to bail you out, and all this other kind of garbage. What you're doing is exhibiting an addiction, and there's a place for that. If you don't cooperate with repairing your life, then all I can do is just talk to you. I can't bail you out because that's what do they call that?
So you won't bail out your son anymore. You let him stay in jail.
You know what? You bring up a good point about there's a word for it.
No, but I want to make sure I'm clear first. Are you saying you will let him stay in jail? You will not show up for your son.
You brought up a good point. I don't think I would let my son be in jail. I don't believe I would do that. That would frustrate the hell out of me.
Okay.
That in the event that he's an alcoholic and keeps getting DUIs, that would frustrate the hell out of me. I don't know what to say about that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. It's not an easy, and it's not comparing apples to apples with this situation. I just want to know what's your thoughts on the scenario. Go ahead, go.
So yeah, I actually have a son and a daughter, right? So if my son is catching DUIs and shit like that, it is kind of difficult in terms of trying to look ahead and see how I would handle that because my son don't drink. And so I it's like I've never actually faced or even thought about the scenario. What I do know is if he calls me and he's locked up with a bond, I'm going to go get him out. I know that for a fact.
No matter how many times it is. And let's say there's the same situation, same scenario though.
Because he has to deal with the impact that it has on his life. My son ain't sitting nobody jail though if I can get him out.
Perfect. All right, got Bomb Cherry. Same scenario.
I have family members who have sat in jail for a very long time because if they put themselves at danger and other people in danger, and they can't control it, then they need to be somewhere, right? So, but that doesn't mean just because we didn't bail him out of jail, don't mean we didn't love him. Make sure he had a commissary. He was able to call and all of those things. So just because he had to sit and do his punishment for the deeds that he's done, don't mean that we wasn't there to love him and offer him support.
Perfect. Go ahead, Freeze on those. Same question to you. What's your thoughts on this topic? Well, Freeze on, this is the first time joining into the topic. We don't even know your position. First of all, what is your position on the topic?
Well, I would want Otis to give more context to the story, but given what we know,
come back to him later.
Yeah, given what I'm gonna answer your question directly.
Okay.
The second time you got to eat that, bro. Straight up. We're talking, and we're still talking. Are we still talking in the context of 30-year-old adult? Your 30-year-old adult offspring? Yeah, you got to eat that. You got to eat that.
That's for your son. Okay, for your son, he got to eat that. Your daughter, what are you doing? What's your thought on that part? So we can just get your full thought on it.
You got to feel the consequence either way. Treating a 30-year-old like my baby,
So your daughter as well, you would say, hey, no, you would tell her, hey, you won't have to figure it out.
Yes.
Okay.
Given the scenario you just asked me, yes.
No, I'm talking about the other scenario where she asked you to pick her up to take her to work while she have a man laying in the bed and he don't want to wake up because it's too early. Are you taking her to work?
No, I agree with Otis on that.
That's crazy.
All right, we having some understanding. So, Either man, what's your thoughts on this the drinking and driving scenario with the older son?
Yeah, so drinking and driving, if he got a bond, I'm going to get him.
Okay.
Like I'm going to get him. Like is
No
me and
matter how
him
many
gonna
times it
argue?
is.
Time number 99, we arguing. If the judge think he's supposed to have a bond, I'm going to get him. Now we gonna argue. We might even get to fighting. Me and my son, we gonna get into it, and he know it. I'm like, bro, why you didn't call me when you was drunk? We could have got somebody to come get your car. Like, we gonna have the conversation, but I understand that our children are the unmature version of us. Either me or my wife. So the reason they doing a lot of these things is because that's us, right? And so that the first with my son, I'm going to get him. If a judge, it's crazy that a judge think he's supposed to be free, but y'all think y'all gonna overweigh the judge and say we gonna let him sit there. But the judge gave him a bond. So obviously the judge feel like his whatever's going on, he's supposed to be able to have a bond. So we going to get him. And the second thing,
bond, babe. Supposed to
be let's not put up money on it. It's a because
we shouldn't have went to jail on a ride to work. But we did that.
I know, but he wanted to hear the man's side, and I want to respond to the woman's side.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. Also, with the judge, and the judge don't care about your son the way how you do. So your judge is not trying to teach your son no lesson. But
I'm not trying to teach my kids no lessons. That's the crazy part about is like y'all trying to teach y'all kids a lesson when y'all need to have conversation. Give your kids grace. Thank God, Jesus don't think like y'all trying to teach us lessons. That's crazy.
Nah, I gotta call Cap. I gotta call Cap.
Bro, I didn't interrupt you, bro.
Hold on, we almost got it back.
Hold on. Wait, what happened? Hey,
hold on, I did not interrupt y'all.
Real quick.
Let us finish.
Job.
My bad. I thought you stopped.
Job, the story of Job.
And hold on. No,
trigger. How old is you to say?
We don't need it to get wild. Actually, Q Butter, we are having a shout out to Q Butter for dropping out in the comment. We are having a conversation about parenting, Q Butter. And we seem like we are split down the middle on what parents should do with their older children when they are in a certain need. So Q Butter, we're talking about parenting, by the way.
Different kids and different things too.
Let me finish. I was halfway. Let me talk about the girl side.
Drop Jesus into Christmas Eve on this conversation.
Go ahead. Finish up your thought, Eater Man, so we can keep going around the room.
All right. So then with my daughter, I'm like, everybody thought it was crazy that I said I would just buy my daughter a car. Like if my daughter have a problem getting back and forth, like it's ways that you can separate yourself from this situation. Hey, I don't got time to come pick you up and take you to work. How about let's get you a car? Let's still make sure that we're taking care of the child. So I would have got, and I know people say, "Oh, you gonna spoil your daughter?" And oh yes, my daughter's gonna be different because she got a father. My daughter shouldn't have these effects that not having a father that other people got to go through. So no, I'm going to literally take care of my daughter. We can be angry. Like it's this thing that in my family, we got people that don't talk to each other, but if something happen, hey, I got this going on. All right, you stupid ass niggas, then they send the money. Like I'm telling you, like we take care of each other. Like we believe that, hey, we're still family. We are commanded to love our family, not like them. It's people I don't like, but I still love them. And how you react out of love versus reacting out of like is two different things. So that's
we're not supposed to want them to suffer.
But yes, you do. No, you do want your children to have some kind of suffrage so they can understand the choices of the actions, in my opinion. But go ahead, Detroit, because I want everybody to get their thought before we just go ahead, Detroit. What's your thoughts on the scenario?
Yeah, male or female, I'm probably coming to pay that bond and get them out. Now, what I have done and what was done to me was what I have done and what was done to me as a I'm sorry, I don't know who that was, but what my parents did to us was, and I passed this on to my kids, that wasn't promised. Like, you know, like I put that healthy fear in them their whole childhood. That's probably why I haven't dealt with a lot from them anyway, because I think they're more scared about what our reactions were going to be or what the consequences were going to be. But yeah, I had that healthy fear from my parents that if I got into some shit, nobody was coming to get me. And when I did get into things, my parents did come and get me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would come and get them.
Go ahead, Otis.
That's good.
Real quick, one, the first time I would go get him or her daughter or son the first time. The second time, no. they're on their own because they have to learn. But the first time, most definitely. And also for the record, my daughter, she's never been locked up, never had handcuffs on her. If she ever had, I will be the first one to go get her the first time. The second time, all depends on what it is. I will put that caveat, but I would like to think that I wouldn't go get her the second time. Now, if you're off, let me say this. There's been a lot of speculation going on once I left the panel. Let me clear some things up. First of all, I think I'm the oldest male on this panel. I believe me and Bomb Cherry are the elder statesmen on this panel. So that being said, I'm not going to question anyone's parenting skills. I trust and believe that all the parents on this panel are great parents. I'm not going to question what you do behind your closed doors. So to hear all these speculations and what you would do and what you wouldn't do is just crazy to me. But I respect everybody's thoughts. But let me clear some things up. First of all, my daughter's 30. This situation happened when she was like 23, 24 years old. 6, 7 years ago. I was just sharing a story to let you know what was going on. Also, with that being said, of course, I talked to my daughter. I had standards prior to that situation happening, and I would not deviate from that. Even though I heard everybody's side, I would do the same thing again. All over again. And for the record, let's make this clear. For the past 2 weeks, I've been taking my daughter to work and picking her up. For the last 2 weeks, the reason I'm doing it is because she's not dating anyone. If she was dating someone, hell no, I wouldn't do it. My standards are still the same. If she has a man in her life, he will take her to work. If she doesn't, I'm doing it now. And we'll continue to do it until she gets back on her feet. But there's a lot of speculations going on. Don't question what you are going to do, but don't question what I do behind my closed door. Yes, I opened it up to let you know what was going on, but all this speculation is crazy. But it's good for the topic and it's good for the conversation. I'll land my plane.
I just have one question for him real quick.
Hold on.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Hold on.
Hey,
Go ahead, Happy holidays, Happy. Go ahead.
Happy holidays, everybody. I would like to say if my son or daughter were in jail, right, and they had a bond, yes, I'm going to pay it. Yes, I'm going to pay it. Now, if I'm doing anything else for them at the time or some other foolishness that's not a necessity, I might stop, cut back, like, look, you know what I'm saying? You put yourself here, whatever. But I'm not gonna let them sit in jail. Yes, I'm gonna try to get them some freaking help. You get what I'm saying? But I don't think sitting in jail is really gonna help them. They might dry out, come back out, and say, you know what? Now I really want to go smoke a cigarette, or now I really want to go drink. You get what I'm saying? We don't know what demons they were battling to be in that issue. I'm trying to get them some help, and then they behind out. If they don't got a bond, that's on them because again, that's not their first time, right? So, I mean, we could only do but so much. But yeah, I wouldn't let them sit there. Not at all.
Okay, now we got everybody's voice in. That's dope. And all I want to say is this. So, moving forward, we should never ever complain about something called a son husband. That should not exist. Because no matter what, you should be there for your son. If he can't figure out a way to get his own apartment, hey, let him stay in that house forever.
Yeah.
If he can't figure out a way,
I said my child.
For
the record, I just want to make that clear.
You gotta coddle your children all the way up until whatever they need. You gotta baby your child until you die. Because so there's this whole conversation that people have been having on the internet, right? Nobody here on this panel, not accuse anybody here for doing it. But this whole idea of a son husband cannot exist anymore. It is no such thing because we always got to be there for our child no matter what. And so it's just it's weird to me. I think we got to teach our children through experiences and let them fall and learn their own lessons, in my opinion, because they would keep on doing the same mistake over and over again. And if that lesson needs to be learned and they need to not communicate with me because I'm doing the right thing for them, that is their decision as a child. I'm not going to force my child to force them to communicate because I need to be bending towards my children's will. Absolutely not. I'm focused teaching them, I'm going to teach them, and however that lesson needs to be learned is going to be taught. If I don't speak to them for a year, it is what it is.
The only way I see myself not speaking.
Cool. I just had a question for Otis, and the question, because he mentioned he'll pick up. And listen, I'm not questioning his parenting. We all parent the way we parent. I parent 2 sons, and they both get parented different based on their personalities and what they need and don't need, right? But as far as he said something, if she had a boyfriend, he would no longer go pick her up. So, are you saying that once another man come along who's courting her, getting to know her, and anything, right, with her, you saying you tell her no?
Yes, what? That's exactly what he's saying.
Let me ask you a question. And I love when people like her add caveats and just assume stuff. And I didn't mean no disrespect by that. You heard what she said. She just said, so you mean if she's courting, if she's dating, she put all that. Hear me out. I heard you. Of course, I'm not talking about the beginning stages. I'm talking about in a full-blown relationship where it has been established. Not you're courting someone, you're still trying to figure them out, and she needs a ride. I'm going to give her a ride. You're still trying to figure this guy out. You're dating. Duh. But if it's in a relationship, if they're married or their girlfriend and boyfriend, and they are in a relationship and it's been announced that it's their relationship, then my duties to take her back and forth to work, to do certain things, have stopped at that point because he steps in and do that.
Well,
now, please stop.
I'm asking.
You got a couple shots
based on the situation, based on the severity of it, which is to my discretion, then I would choose to do so. But most likely, 9 times out of 10, no, he got to step up. I land my plane.
Okay, I'm glad. Because in case you didn't know, courting meant boyfriend, right? But back then, that's what
courting means dating.
No. Courting meant that they established that they are just the 2 of them trying to get to know each other with the family help. So anyway, I'm glad that you said. That's why I used that term, because I thought you said boyfriend. So you're saying they boyfriend and girlfriend. They're not even living together or anything, but they boyfriend and girlfriend. They established a relationship. And you then, because she got this man, a boyfriend, that you, as the father, your duty ends?
He's over at the house. You could break it down as much as you want. You could pick the words apart. You can do all that. I don't care. But I'm answering your question. Stop it. If he's in the house, whether he lives there or he's just over there visiting for the night.
That I could be respectful. I'm having a nice time. I'm asking you questions. Get out of your feet.
Cutting me off. Let me finish.
No, listen.
I got the synopsis of what you're saying. Let me answer it.
Okay.
Thank you. If he's in the home, whether he lives there or he's over there on a periodical basis, spending the night, he's supposed to take her to work. That's what I'm saying. And you're not going to change my mind on that. I'm sorry.
So, Bomb, see, what I don't understand is why do your daughter's actions dictate your love for your daughter?
Where you get that from?
You see how they be trying to...
No. Because you said...
Eat a man?
Hold on, I'm about to, and I'm not here to argue.
It's not an argument. Statements are crazy.
You're interrupting him.
So, Otis, what I'm saying is, regardless of what my daughter do, her actions, I'm still gonna love her the same. So the reason I said the statement that I said, if she's dating somebody or she's not dating somebody, as a father, it makes sense for me to help. Like, I feel like if I don't got the time to take her, I would just buy her a car. Hey, you sound like she's been having a issue getting a car for 7 years. As a father, let me step in and get you a car. I don't know if she got licensed or not, because we don't know the whole story. But the point that I'm saying is, if she have a man or she don't have a man, that doesn't dictate this. Only way I'm going to pull back if my daughter say, hey, no, I don't need this support. I want somebody else to support me, aka this man to take me to work.
What's disturbing me about this is I'm trying to figure out whether or not love is conditional.
Yo, love has absolutely nothing to do with this conversation.
Yes, he does.
You don't. Your love doesn't dictate what.
Hold on. We're gonna let's slow down. Hold on, Mela. Go ahead. Hold on. Slow down. Go ahead, Mela. Frieza Lou want to jump in, and y'all want to jump in as well. So go ahead, Mela. Finish your statement. Frieza Lou, y'all want to jump in after that. Hold on, Eda Man.
I'm concerned about enabling. You know, does Otis, respect to you, Otis, is it where you might think that you're enabling behavior that goes against your standards, or do you have conditions as to what you think her loving you is supposed to look like? If that makes sense.
Great questions. I heard you. I don't think it's none of those at all. What I'm thinking it is that, and hear me out, I'm going to be as quick but concise as possible. With me raising my daughter, I tried my best, and I felt that I did a great job of instilling values and the way a man's supposed to treat her, by leading by example, by how I was treating her mother, how the relationship I'm in with my current wife. I was hoping she saw those things. A man or father showing up like he's supposed to. So I was hoping I was doing my job. So when a situation came up to where we went about a ride, and the guy that like, whoa, I didn't raise you like that. So this is a teachable moment. This is a teachable moment. No, I'm not going to take you to work because what you're telling me doesn't register to me. You have an able-bodied man who says or claims that he likes or loves you, vice versa, and he's just laying there. A man, or whether he's tired or not, supposed to get up and take you to work. I'm tired. I take care of my daughter and my wife. So if he's in your life, tired or not, get up and show you that he's going to do what he's supposed to do. He didn't do that. And I wanted her to see that.
Okay.
So hear me out, please. So that being said, if it cost me talking to my daughter for a year and it broke me down, I'll be a first to admit that. It broke me down. I cried like a bitch. Broke me down after 6 months. I got the text chain to prove it that I was texting my daughter on a consistent basis, and she chose not to respond. But we're fine now. So I don't mind talking about we're great now. But the point is, I had a standard that I felt that I've showed my daughter, and so I had to prove my point. But we're fine now. That happened 6-7 years ago. We're fine now. And I don't mind.
He understands Daddy don't play that. Okay.
Let me say it real quick. Shout out to you, Miss J. You are correct. I talk way too much about my personal life, and I would never do that again. But I be the guinea pig because every time I bring up shit, it's a great topic. But you all right, Miss J? Because I lose a lot of sleep.
I want to say, I don't think this was hold on. I don't think this was intrusive into your life. I think it's really more of a parenting moment than actually about you. And I think we attempting to keep it as general as possible because most people are keeping it general. But I think as a parenting topic, it's a great topic in my opinion. Frieza,
I have something to say real quick.
Hold on, I was passing it to it was supposed to be Frieza and AR.
You give it to Bomb. I know what I'm gonna say. You can give it to her.
Okay, because I just want to say, because like Otis says things and maybe he don't know what he's saying. He just told us that he was crying about it just recently. Now he's telling us though all of this happened years ago. Like that's all. And me pointing out the obvious and the things that y'all say make it seem like I'm messy and shit. I'm wrong, but that's all. Go ahead.
Recently, you're hearing what you want to hear. You have selective hearing, Mom. With all due respect, you be talking like you're talking the gospel and you don't. You're mishearing things. With all due respect.
Let's just move forward. It's okay. Let's just leave it as a misunderstanding regardless. Let's just move it forward. Go ahead, Frieza.
My wife said she wanted to go ahead, Frieza alone. I got to go ahead.
We needed that. Either that. Good job. Go ahead, Frieza alone, and we're gonna bring in. I'm pretty sure AR doesn't mind, so we're bringing Mrs. E. the Man Williams. I don't know how to. Go ahead, Frieza. I'll try to make a joke, but
I'm trying to figure out per the specific scenario that Otis laid out. How is denying her a ride equate to denying her love?
Thank you.
Anybody would like to answer? that's on the other
Well,
side?
because it's how he's expressing his love. But my wife gave me a different perspective, so I'm gonna wait. I'll wait.
You could go eat.
So her question,
Nope.
was because she said that she understands what Otis is saying. But she asked the question. She said, "Otis, does the boyfriend have the capacity to take her to work? Like, do
Yes.
he
Yes.
have a car and he
Yes.
have the time,
Yeah.
and he just choose not to?" Okay, because
The question was this. I mean, the situation was this. She had to go to work. She had to go to work that evening. Okay. He had to be at work that morning. He said he couldn't take her that evening because he had to get up too early. He had to get his rest. That's the situation. She had to be at work that evening. So she called me and said, "Daddy, can you take me to work?" I said, "Sure." Somehow it came up that she said that he can't take her because he got to get up too early in the morning. But Daddy, got to be at work now. It's in the evening. What the morning got to do with now?
yeah, Sherrod, that's why women matter in our life, because she changed my whole perspective. Hold on. Women, I told y'all niggas to get a woman. Y'all better listen. Because because that's different. Hold on, that's a whole different situation.
And that's what
if he had the capacity to take her and he just willingly choosing not to take her, my wife said she agreed that she will hold that man to the standard to be able to do it. Now, if he did not have a car and he did not have the capacity to take her to work, then another thing my wife said is why he just won't drive her car, drop him off at work, right, and come pick him up. So it's a different perspective is when the man is willfully not helping your daughter and now you have to step in. So that is a different perspective for me. Some of y'all might look at it differently.
Freedom man, can I say this?
Hold on. So I want to say is that's what me, Freezalu, and AR got from the jump of what he said at the first.
I was asleep. You came up here the first time. I was asleep.
Hold on, I'm saying that's fine. Whatever the reason why everybody got their different perspectives, it doesn't matter. But I'm saying, when he told the story, my mind went exactly already to that. It was a willing and capable man that had the means to take her to work. That's where my mind went immediately. I didn't even have the inkling that he didn't have a car. He had no way to get it.
Thank you.
So and maybe that's why me, Lou, and AR had our mind frame in that direction already. And so we didn't look at what Otis did as a negative towards her, but more as a positive, that he had to stand on his, how you say, squirrel. He had to stand on his squirrel. So this way she could get the message and understand, like, oh, I am making a bad decision with a man that's not willing to drive half an hour this way and a half an hour this way and do at least 2 push-ups a day.
Okay, wait. So I just want to say, and those of us on the other side, we look more at what the parent is supposed to do. See, it don't matter what the other person don't do, what they're capable of doing or not doing, but what is our job as a parent. Now, let me give you a little perspective. Maybe she called her father because she needed to talk to him in that little short ride, maybe to get some experience from him, some information from him. So there's various of reasons, because if she could have called I think he said an Uber, then I'm quite sure she would have called the Uber before asking him to take her. But it's just different perspective. That's why I didn't say that he was a bad parent. I'm just saying what happened in that situation.
I believe we all talking about parenting styles and not if somebody's bad or not. Hopefully that's the sentiment that's going on here, that we're talking about parenting styles and the reasons why we're doing things, and nobody is saying that either side is wrong. So we just having a concept, because I think we don't really have strong conversations about parenting that often, and it is important. And we are seeing that. I believe everybody here has love for their child, and I don't think either decision is showing a
definitive depiction of who we think he is as a parent. Because we're also talking about a specific situation, and Otis has already laid out that in another situation he gave her rides to work. So it's not a full. We're talking about a specific situation.
Yeah, very. And
Correct.
so
I'm
y'all know, y'all wanted to say something, then we go right to Chicago Rilla. And either man, you frozen. I'm not sure if you can hear us, but got AR the Chicago Rilla.
Yeah, I'll try to make it pretty quick. I think everybody's in agreement now that we are correct. You know, you asked them a question about the son going to jail, and they backtracked. Then you have either man. He was saying earlier, no matter what, I'm always going to be there. And then all of a sudden, he's like, oh well, if she got a man that is able to, then yeah, I don't know anymore. So it was unconditional until it wasn't. It's very, I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. But
hold on. I thought it was finished.
No, I wasn't. I was just pausing for a second, catch my breath.
I love you to be no, get on my
I don't know why people keep on saying because you didn't drive someone to work that you no longer love your child or something. It makes zero sense as well.
That's crazy.
Free zone is, I believe, correct that there's no correlation between those two things at all.
None.
I think that people are looking over the fact that they keep on saying something along the lines of, "Oh, your child is going to look for you and their partner, and you're not helping them. Therefore, something along I don't know exactly what they were saying, but." To me, when I'm looking at this situation and you constantly never letting your child learn from their mistakes, you're teaching your child to always do the bare minimum because that bare minimum is still going to lead to success because someone is going to be there to backstop you and pick up your slack, whether that be your father or your mother or someone else. And that's what you teach your child. And that's why so many, well, I'm not going to get into that, but anyway, yeah. And I think a lot of these people have that mentality, and it shows when they talk about these type of topics where they believe that they should be able to fuck up every single day for the rest of their life, and someone should be there to pick up their slack and put them in the right and do the things that they should already be doing and do it for them. And that's a problem too.
Well, hold on, because
it's Chicago Rilla turn.
Well, that's what most of y'all believe when y'all get married.
Chicago Rilla turn.
Hey, look,
I'm the Chicago Rilla.
These thick neck Georgians love cutting the line. It's okay because I literally
nigga, you stayed down there.
Just to pull up because I remember a particular panelist having a standard for his pocketbook when his seed was choosing college, but you don't have a standard for your pocketbook when they're making their own life choices that could send them into the clinker. That is wild, right? So the question that you had initially, Sharon, for me, right? If my son, after 3 and he collecting DUIs like they Pokemon cards or what y'all call them, Pokemon? Yeah, you gonna sit there, fam. You finna eat that. Yeah, you gonna sit in there. Yeah, and it ain't even about the judge think he should be free. The judge trying to figure out how I'm finna collect bread off you. The bail bondsman trying to figure out how I'm finna get that 10% that you never gonna see again. Right? That's what that's about. It ain't about whether you should be free or not. That's insane. No, you finna eat that, fam. You finna sit there. You finna make what they call them, pockets. Yeah, you finna make you a pocket, and I'm definitely gonna put some money on your books, But yeah, you finna sit there and eat that since you wanna play stupid games and win the prize that you earn, right? And then what was Old Dog saying? And I picked that up too. I didn't even hear Old Dog explain the story. Just from how y'all was discussing it, my thought immediately went to this is an able-bodied person who has the capacity, and whether or not, that's the man she chose. Right? So this is who you choose for your covering, but you calling me nah, fam. You gotta the idea that AR took the point that I was gonna make. The idea that we somehow helping our kids when we saving them from everything is one of the reasons why we dealing with some of the people that we deal with in this world with the sense of entitlement. Well, there's always gonna be somebody coming to spare them, save them, safety net them, right? So no, when I was growing up, and I'm gonna land here, Sharon, I promise. When I was growing up, my grandma told my uncle's 8 years from me, so I'm closest to him, right? She told him, if you ever get locked up, don't come calling me because I'm not coming to get you, right? And she didn't impose that on me. That scared me, right? So that's why I remain L7 square neutron, right? I ain't get into nothing. I ain't slang dope. I ain't gang bang. I ain't do none of that. Went to school, studied, and did what I was supposed to do in life, right? So no, people, when they earn their reward, let them enjoy the rewards that they've earned,
I'm on mute.
Amen.
Yeah. Thank you for you said I was next. Hey, nigga.
Yes, I did. Friend. I got you, my friends. So
I'm gonna have to eat that.
No, you're not. You won't tell me. I keep telling me what I want to do. Anyway, hold on.
Yeah.
So
when do I get to speak?
I want to say shout out to the 160 people watching the show. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like and share, and please answer the poll. I want to see some answers to the poll. Go ahead. We got E the Man, and since she's demanding it, we got Happy right after E the Man. Go ahead.
Yeah. So first of all, I don't understand why helping your daughter, buying your daughter a car is not an option, right? Like I see, like a car in this situation makes it right. Well, let me ask this: can I ask a question, then retain my time back to Otis, or no? We can't do that today?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so everybody keeps saying that they was teaching. Otis, you said this was teaching your daughter a lesson. Do you believe she learned the lesson?
Yes, and not only do I believe it, I know she did, based on our conversations we have to this point as of today, based on the conversations we have or have been having over the past 5-6 years. Yes.
Okay.
A lesson, and also too, to answer your question, I get deep into it. I've learned my lesson as well.
You learned your lesson. You learned something from the situation. Okay. All right. So it sounds like the whole way you interacted with your daughter was fruitful on both ends, right?
Yes.
All right. So I think from the outside looking in, I gotta say, okay, that might was work for his daughter, and that's what they needed at that moment of time when she was 7 years ago, right? So I can understand that because we wasn't present to know everything that was going on in the situation. Right. The second thing is when I said that I understand the perspective of my wife. My wife, I'm pretty sure my wife, because I asked her, I said, would you I said, so what if the dude, she was the last option. She said we would have came up with options, but we would have still we would have had a conversation about what's next going forward, right? Because she still need to have a job. She needed to sustain herself, those different things, right? Like, so we're very solution-based game, a group, whatever you want to call it in our household, right? But I understand both sides. To my understanding, it was remember, I didn't hear your opening dialogue. What I heard was you saying, hey, if she got a dude, that's his responsibility. I didn't understand his capacity to do it. I thought this was how the chat and the people painted it. It was like he was a bomb. But if he got a car, he got a job, this ain't no bomb that your daughter with. It's just he's not making wise decisions. So that's a difference. So I understand the whole perspective. And what AR was saying is that my perspective changed. No, I think anytime that you have more information, because like I said, my whole original mindset was to solve the problem by getting our car, right? So I still feel something about that whole situation.
And I also want to say, hey, I'm a parent that is willing to allow my parenting outlast my feelings of me loving my child. I think it's more important that my children become adults rather than they say, well, you my dad, you supposed to do it. No, I'm not. I'm your father. I'm supposed to give you the right tools to move forward in life. That is my job.
And
my job is not to coddle you. My job is not to actually love you. Those are pluses that I love you.
Okay.
Either man, just real quick, you realize that you went from unconditionally, I will no matter what, be there no matter what, to oh well, they got a partner that can also do it.
Hey Sharon, some of us need to go see Fences on Broadway, man.
Well, some of us need to stop looking at. Some of us need to stop looking at movies and basing our life on Fences.
I want to know why
that was a terrible movie.
Shout out to you, Bob.
That was a terrible father movie, and to be saying I fed you and did,
so when Sharon said my job is not to love you, did you get the reference what I was making? With a scene where Troy had that whole conversation with his son?
Yes, and so I'm referencing him. You mentioned the movie Fences, but I knew he was talking about.
No, I'm talking about the stage play. I'm not talking about the movie. But go ahead.
The stage play in the movie.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But the stage play was wrong.
I'm trying to understand. No. I'm being very specific for a reason. I'm being very specific for a reason, right?
I can give you my personal experience of how I did it, right? So
that was a terrible father in that movie.
So
yeah, he was.
Can I get my perspective from, since
well,
I'm
Happy was
only
supposed to be
apparently
next, but
no, I mean just I'll give my perspective as a child.
Thank you
that
very
has
much.
something
It's not
similar
good.
happen.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Sharon. I appreciate you. So
Get it, Happy.
my thing is this, right? Go ahead, Sharon. You told me to hold on.
I didn't say a word.
She hearing stuff.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you said hold on. Okay. So my thing is, I don't know why everybody's trying to y'all say the other people are switching it around, but now that what's the name has even broken it down, at the end of the day, look, I'm a grown woman in my 30s, right? If I call my father right now and ask him to do something for me, right? He's gonna fucking do it. He's gonna do it. Yeah, he's gonna ask me whatever. We talk whatever y'all talking about. It doesn't even fucking matter. My father is gonna do it. Why? For one, because he knows obviously I need him. I'm calling him. And even if I don't need him, I want him. And guess what? To do something for me, guess what? He's gonna do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't understand it. Yes, he loves me unconditionally, but he also knows me.
You don't have to repeat it. We understood you. So no need to
And I'm not done.
understand,
And this
Happy.
is the
Keep
thing.
going.
I wasn't done. Excuse me. I don't know who's talking over me, but I wasn't done. And this is the thing I need y'all to understand. Everybody's situation with their children is not the same. Everybody's relationship is not the same. So if myself, Happy, calls my father, he's going to do it because he knows I'm not calling him because, oh, well, it's some BS. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm actually asking him for something, that means there's a need or a want that needs to be fixed right then and there. He's gonna fucking do that shit. I don't understand why people just can't stick to the thing and make it what it is instead of trying to go around, oh, unconditional love, this and this, that. Yeah, y'all don't know what unconditional fucking love is, and y'all shouldn't be fucking speaking about it. That's another thing too. But to change that off the topic, because y'all had to bring it to that. At the end of the day, if you care about your child, it has nothing to do with spoiling them. Because at the end of the day, I'm not fucking spoiled. I wasn't raised that way, and y'all know. I've talked about my life so many times. I was never raised spoiled. You understand what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with that. Those two don't go together. I just want to let y'all know they don't go together.
It's time for the super chats.
Okay.
Hey, you gotta go back. You skipped mine. All right. Listen, I'm starting to feel disrespected. Every day I gotta come up here and tell you that you missed my money.
I didn't skip.
You better not miss it again. It's your last warning.
Hold on. Shout out, Vice President. You calm down, VP. The shout out the Titan Wasp with the $5. A father protects his daughter to be something he is not. A father teaches his son to be a better man. It's perspective. Shout out to this crazy ass name. Shout out to Nick. Try. That's crazy. $4.99. Thank you for the super sticker. You got a crazy name, and I'm gonna just call you Friends Lover. Shout out to Friends Lover. That's insane. Shout out to OtisWho Network with the $2. My therapist says, hell no, not today.
Man, we'll go.
Eda Man Williams with the $1.99. Why not just buy her a car? These broke people stuff. Goddamn. Conversation with MJ with the $5. To each his own, but there was more than one lesson taught to his daughter. You're not dependable as a man that lays with her. Shout out to Tough Love. Eda Man Wells, drop ADS. He ain't said ish and he turned his camera off. Oh, that was extra. My bad. See, I gave you extra, Eda Man. $1.99. Can we please hear from Otis? Yes,
that was an hour ago too.
Corinne Mackey with the $1.99. Love and put that crown on. Thank you so much. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all hitting that like and that share button. Hopefully y'all participate in the poll. I think this is a great conversation. It's dope because it's just two different parenting styles. And the way how I looked at this parenting style, in my opinion, before I pass it to AR, is that like your kid might wake up in the morning and ask for candy, and sometimes you're gonna have to say no, and that kid's gonna have to cry about it, and you're gonna have to say no. You're gonna have to eat this, whatever you decide is a nutritional breakfast for that goddamn child. And this was the candy. The candy was her calling her daddy, And the goddamn chicken, rice, egg, or whatever, the nutritional thing was to say, no, you cannot have candy for breakfast. And they had to learn their lesson and get healthier. So that's how I kind of looked at this lesson so we can have an understanding of my thought process of it. Yes, Eat a Bear, before we go to Aeon. What?
You friend ass friend.
Go ahead, Chicago Rilla. What's your thought, Rilla?
No, I don't have nothing to add right now, man. I think I do think wait a minute, Eat Man, is it your birthday today?
Happy birthday, man.
It
Happy
is.
birthday,
man.
Happy birthday,
Happy
man.
birthday,
You
man.
looking good, buddy.
Happy
birthday,
birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Hello.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, God. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Happy birthday.
Shout out to Eat a Man, his B-Day.
Hey, Eat a Man, you're not trying to serve nobody on Christmas Eve, are you?
You going right before.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
How
You going now?
was it growing up, Eat a Man? Growing up, your birthday right before Christmas.
He got me to go with it. That's why I told both of y'all need to hear every get to meet. What is it?
Anyway, so what I say about that what Sharon said, right, about the candy.
So not no fucking ground people.
What's going on with Happy? You are speaking while you're on mute. That is crazy. But go ahead. That was crazy. Go ahead, Bomb.
Yeah, no, I see. I know that parenting is more difficult than we think, and it's not no one right way or wrong way. So I do understand everybody, what they're saying. And so I don't, one of my sons, it was where I can give him things. He abide by the rules. And the other one, I couldn't just give it to him. He had,
great point.
One where he knew to get up, do his chores so he could get what he wanted. The other one, he just wanted to get what he wanted. You know what I mean? And so I had to parent both of them a little differently. But I showed them both that I love them and that I was going to have their back. So I'm not saying that what you said, Otis, about what you did with your daughter. I didn't say that was bad, but I did say that I would have done it differently. You see what I'm saying? So I wasn't calling you a bad parent.
Of course not. And I didn't take it
anything
that way.
like that. But you do take it. You took it personal, not from me per se, but even from the chat. Because the women was agreeing with you. Like I think we all agree that we shouldn't coddle our children.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, my dad was the mean dad, y'all. Y'all know the man who he seemed like he mean because he just was that man who didn't say too much. You know what I mean? And so I knew not to play with him. But if I snuck out, let's say I told him I was going by one friend's house, but then we snuck and went somewhere else. And I knew I better not call my dad, I'm gonna get in trouble. But if I needed to call him, I knew my dad. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call my dad. He gonna come get us. And my dad would have been right there. You know what I'm saying? He would have been there. And forget the guy who brought us, who took us on a date. They used to tell us, bring a quarter. You know what I mean? So you could use the phone in case you need us, even when you with that man, because you never know what might happen.
Hey, for those in the audience that don't understand what Bomb said when she said bring a quarter, we used to have pay phones that you could put a quarter in and call.
Thank you for that.
Hey, but Bomb, I want to hear why Bomb thought Troy was a bad father. I just want put a pin in that. I want to hear
Hold on, wait, because that's moving. I want to respond to what she said.
Ain't nobody moving nothing.
Hold on, the biggest problem in this situation is his daughter talked too much in the situation. If she would have just said, Daddy, come get me, he would have kept it going. She got to talking about this nigga laying in the bed.
No, listen, she still would have. Whoa, can I say something? This might change it a little bit because again.
Oh no! Don't defend that.
Hey, Sharon, I still haven't learned my lesson. I know. It ain't your fault. I take the blame. Here's another situation. A teachable moment. OtisWho.
No, Otis, don't do it, bro. Don't
Do it,
do
Otis.
it,
No,
bro.
you don't have to. Don't do it.
Let him tell his truth. Why y'all trying to stop his
Otis,
Hold
truth?
man.
on.
Take another shot
No,
if you have
We
don't
to.
do
Take
want
it,
another
fam.
no,
shot.
we want
Don't
to hear
do
about
it.
the truth.
No, hold
All right, I'll
on.
mute up.
That man just moved the goalpost to Siberia, and you finna answer because you feel
No,
like
why y'all?
I'm about
Why?
to give
Why?
you another
Everybody trying to
Come
save
on,
Otis
Rilla.
today.
Listen, trust me. I'm about to give you another
God,
truth.
dog, Free.
Hear me out.
I'm Mr. Free. My
This
bad,
happened
Mr. Free.
several years ago. My daughter called me. Her car was working at this time. She called me. She had a flat. She called me. I'm rushing. I get there, ready. I get there. I pull up. Guess who's on the passenger side?
Is it the same dude?
No.
Oh,
Somebody else.
dog. Oh, dog.
That's a new dog.
No,
You heard me out.
God, dog. Oh, dog.
no.
Not like she didn't. She didn't learn that lesson. You
I'm
said she learned.
We tried, Rilla. We
Here we
tried.
go with another topic. Do you stay in your
See, and this
baby
is why men don't want to share. This is why men don't want to share.
Exactly, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And I'm glad you listened. Hear me out. Let me get serious for a minute, and I'm gonna get back to my story. Ron just made a good point, and you can hear the snickling on the panel. That snickling is a nervous snickle. That snickle is a sign that they can't
Snickle your ass on mute, goddamn it.
Judgment.
Yeah, Otis, I got you.
Because of judgment. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's true though. But I don't mind. I'll be the guinea pig. But y'all want me to stop talking because you can't look yourselves in the mirror and express this shit. This shit got to be talked about. So I'll be that guinea pig.
Don't put your confessions on us, man.
Being said,
no, he in Usher mode now. Come on, Usher. Go ahead, Usher.
I pulled up.
Let it burn, Otis. Let it burn.
I pulled up.
How old was your daughter now?
No, hold. What are y'all doing that? Go ahead, Otis. What's your problem? What's your problem? What the hell? Let the man.
They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear him. That's the problem. Y'all not letting my boy Otis speak.
You right? Yeah, I'm so glad you said that, AR. You so correct. You right. I'm done. Keep going.
Nah, don't act like that. We done gave you the mic. Now you want to act like that. Don't tell the story now. We want to hear the story.
You said that your daughter called.
Otis, I gotta go. Soon. Can you just tell the story, please, so I can?
And her man was in the passenger seat.
Don't let these haters, they was over here doing all that shit, saying they wouldn't do what you did, and then they over here turned it. Now they do what you did. They don't want to face the music again. I just want to hear your story though before I go.
Thank you, AR. That was
the lesson is FaceTime your daughter.
Oh my God, man! I set it up for him, and you talk.
I'm done. Y'all keep going. Y'all good.
All right, we playing. Don't act like that. Go ahead. Give him the mic. It's your chance, Otis. Now he want to put up that damn avatar. Damn it. He go. All right, let's go back to the Chicago question.
That's a heck of a scenario, though.
I'll just say, I got a couple more minutes, but I'll just say, I think the perspective or the opinion that it only is going to negatively affect the child, like the child is just going to go, oh, now I can't rely on my parent for X, Y, and Z, rather than have a different impact, is something else to think about as well, just because that's the way you might have handled it. Because I think Bomb Sherry and some other people said it, everybody knows their child and knows maybe the way they might handle one thing with their son is something different than they have with their other son, or whatever the case may be. That's something else to think about as well. Not everybody's going to handle conflict or aggressive tone or whatever the same way that you would, or that you think that they would. And so, in Otis's situation, it seems to have worked out for the better. And other situations, that probably would work out for the better. I've been in a similar situation where I didn't have my shit together. My dad will help me up to a certain point, but he's not going to sit there every single day and do the same thing while I do nothing for myself. And so to push me to do that for myself, he may stop doing something so that I do it so I stand on my own 2 feet and do it. And for me, it helps me. It helped me be independent. It helped me realize that I got to do shit. There's not always going to be someone, because my father's not always going to be here, unfortunately. My mother's always not going to be here, unfortunately. But someday I'm going to have to stand on my own 2 feet, and to do that before they're gone is better than to wait for them to be gone and then try to learn it without them even being here. Because even if they stop doing what they're doing for me, I can call them and ask them, hey, you was in a situation, because my dad didn't have a father when he grew up, because his father passed away when he was young, 11. So he didn't get to grow up and realize how to be a father and whatnot. So he doesn't have the opportunity to stand on his 2 feet, but also be able to call his dad and ask for advice. I do have that opportunity. And him not doing things for me and letting me do them myself, or forcing me to do them myself, gives me the opportunity to open up to him and call him and ask him for advice in situations that maybe I wouldn't have, because I've been like, I'm not even in that mindset, because I just know that he's always, or my mom is always going to be there to bail me out of a situation.
That's the thing. It's like, yo,
I'm trying to understand.
if
So
you keep
fathers are
solving
not
your
teaching their
children's
daughters how to
problem,
change tires. Hold on. Fathers, they don't think that they're teaching their daughters how to change tires. Is that not a thing?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
No, I'm
so
saying like because in
no, I'm not.
Georgia,
No. I'm not teaching my daughters to change tires. They got AAA. No,
Yes,
no.
my dad taught me to change tires. I was
I was
interested.
taught growing up, Eda man. My dad taught me.
Yes.
Right, cool.
To make
But
us
I just cut off.
interested.
I want to cut that off at the end, right?
Hold on. Y'all was also raised in the time when you had to keep a quarter in your pocket.
Like we in 2025. No, Eda man.
They
And
say
that
it's
don't make
burning a hole in your
anybody
pocket.
listen,
Wait.
nor is that the standard. Most people are not out here repairing their own homes. They call, how do you think Tash Rabbit is so popular?
Women, people are changing their own tires. There's
No,
a lot of
yes,
people
Bomb,
who
you're
are.
right. Yeah. So, Bomb, if you had to guess, right, are the majority or minority of women changing their tires?
Of women?
Yeah.
I would say the minority because we have men.
Right. So the question wasn't about is there any or are there none, right? But Eda Man is suggesting is our fathers not teaching their daughters to change tires. Like that's the expectation of fathers to teach their daughters how to change tires. No.
I should have said involved fathers. I'm sorry, involved fathers. I thought it was like, hey, why would you wait on AAA an hour and a half when you get out there and change your?
Are you serious?
Majority of women do not know how to. Majority of women do not know how to change tires. So whether they was involved with a father or not, fathers did not teach their daughters how to change tires.
What?
A lot of men.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying what.
Hold on. We need people to take themselves out the fucking conversation. Majority of fathers did not teach their daughters how to change tires.
No, I agree with that. But what I'm saying, an involved father, right, would teach not just the daughter, but the son, because most of these men don't know how to change tires neither, if we're basing it on that. But Eda Man is right. You know how long it takes for AAA to come? You could be there for all night long, waiting for them people to come to you.
They have them call Otis. That's not the expect. Like that's
my
crazy
son
that
waited
we
all
remove.
night one night, y'all.
I don't think it's about an expectation per se.
Wait, I want to hear Bomb say that. Yeah, who waited?
My son waited all night for AAA. He was only 10 minutes away. All he had to do was call me and his dad, but he had already called AAA, so he was just waiting in the car, freezing. Called me in the morning crying, talking about, I need you to come get me. I didn't even know what was going on.
But yeah,
why isn't that the expectation?
I just said like, so if I was in an older situation, I would have told the young man to get out here and help me. Like I would have taught him. I was like, hey, check this out, bro. Come on out here. You step on this four-way while we while you jack up this car. That was a teachable moment to her boyfriend. Maybe her boyfriend needed a daddy.
And so, and I'm gonna actually, I'm actually in agreement with Eda Man on that one too. Sometimes people just don't know. Sometimes people just don't know. It's really simple. It's not that the kid was incapable, but he could have been in a situation that he never had a father or a car in his life, or he's come from a family that they never had a car. My wife come from a family that this is her. She's the first person in her family to own a car. Literally.
Our fathers discussing with their daughters what criteria of men they ought to choose to pair bond with.
Say that again.
Our fathers discussing that with their daughters, like, make whatever you do, don't choose a man who doesn't know his father. Don't choose a man who doesn't do this, that, and the other. Like, are fathers having those specific conversations, or do they just wait for the hiccup and be like, oh, damn?
So what we learned today is that fathers are having a conversation, but it doesn't equate to a lot because the child could still choose the wrong.
Still an autonomous human being, yeah.
So
but even if they have the conversation, real quick, Sharon, even if they have the conversation, they also undermine that conversation when they constantly intervene in every situation that child may have. Like if you're solving all of your kids' problems, how are they supposed to know who or what in front of them can solve the problem for them? Like you're undermining
Okay.
that child's agency in choosing who they want, because if that man doesn't know how to do something, you could just call your dad. It don't matter. So,
all right.
That's how it's supposed to be. If the man
no,
that
it's
you
not.
with don't know how to do it, call your daddy, and your daddy's supposed to have a teachable moment. Hey, let me teach both of y'all how to change this tire. Like, I don't understand why we don't give people grace, especially the young men, and say, hey, you might, with the society that you grew up in, especially if they grew up in the crack area, especially if they grew up in the 90s and they was latchkey kids, that they might just haven't learned this skill. Like, it doesn't make you a
That's
bad young
crazy
man
that you
because you
keep
don't know
coming
these
like
things.
that.
Okay,
No,
so
E,
let me.
that's
Now
why
she
you
got me
run
wrong.
red,
Hold on,
E.
hold on. So let me. I want to touch on this. I think the real problem is that if you go, I just think what Frizo Lou is very important, because I teach my kids by not being hands on. So I put them in environments for them to fail and fail a lot, so they can learn how to problem solve for themselves. So even though I never taught my daughter how to change a tire, the fact that she has or he has problem solving skills, they will look around and investigate, and they will figure out. They have a phone in their hand. They will figure it out to figure out how to, if need be, change a godsend, because I gave them the tools to figure out problem
To figure it
solving
out,
skills.
right?
And so, like,
Yeah.
even like what I realized is too, like after Lou said that, it made me think, like, when I go to a park or something and I see new parents and my child is playing, right? My child will fall down, boom, cry, tears coming. I don't flinch. And they like, oh, that's who baby is? I was like, that's mine. They're like, oh, she okay? Don't worry about my goddamn child. 2 seconds later, with tears in her eyes or his eyes, start running, and the fucking wind of them running wiped the tears away instead of me. And what my kid learned is that, hey, yes, this is painful, but it ain't. I'm not hurt. It's painful, but I'm not hurt. And they keep on going. And then so what it also showed them is that they learned how to make their own friends at the park. I don't need to be a hovering parent, because they understand how to move by themselves, and they start to do things, and kids start following them. I taught my kids, without being involved, how to be a natural born leader. So when my kids go to the park, kids be like, you playing like that? My kids are like, why you not?
Jerron, you're wrong. The reason you're wrong is because in this situation, I heard Otis say he did until she found the man, right? And you said I taught for her to do for herself. So we gotta understand that we're talking about two separate.
No, I was talking to what Frizo Lewis said. So what I'm saying is that, so a lot of times the new parents, they like, damn, you must be a old school parent, right? Because you didn't flinch or nothing. Then they start to look to me to help them with their child. They like, well,
I agree with that, but that's too.
Oh, you here? So you said just let my son go ahead and bust his head. Let your son bust his head.
But no, that's two different things. It's two different things. That's saying that you saying that they need to be dependent on their own abilities versus being dependent on somebody else's ability. Do you understand that those are two different situations?
But it's the same. It's one and the same, right? And the reason why
No, the principles
is the same.
The reason why it's the same is because I don't.
No, it's not the same. I agree with you, man.
So if my kid is in the house and they having a difficult time doing something, I don't care if they look at me or not. I don't jump up and help them. If they ask me to, I don't jump up and help them neither. I talk them through
it. That's a difference.
So look, they can't open the door. So what is the issue that you have? When they ask me for help, what is the issue that you having? I can't do X, Y, and Z. Why not? Because this, that, and the third. So what's
you missing this, Sharon? Listen, I promise you missing.
You are missing what I'm saying, because you.
I'm not missing. I agree with what you're saying. It'd be different if Otis told his daughter she got the ability to do it.
That it doesn't have.
You ain't gonna over argue me on my birthday.
Yes, I am.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now that you ain't about to do it.
Happy born day, E.
Making a lot of speculation. Stop talking like I ain't damn here.
Damn, he just said that y'all had two different arguments.
Yeah. You not gonna argue with me on my birthday.
Not too much on E today.
Happy born day, E.
Hold on. Otis came back. Let Otis get a chance to get his thought out.
Thank you. So you gotta let me respond. You can't do all that and not let me respond. It's crazy. That is crazy.
And how you get to jump in? There was a few of us trying to get in there.
Go ahead, Otis. Go ahead.
Good job, Otis.
God damn it, Bomb.
Next.
Right, Bob. Go ahead, man. Now, what was you saying?
So the point that I'm saying is, this will be it'll be a whole.
Hold on, y'all. Hold
Otis'
on. Hold on. Otis, you're on mute. You probably did it by accident, or I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Damn.
Let's go.
Go ahead, Bomb Cherry.
Nah,
nigga.
Hell no. I ain't taking this.
I just want to say I agree with E what he said. Sharon, he's not saying that you're wrong. He
Right.
agreeing with you. He's just saying that you are teaching your
different
daughters.
argument.
Yeah, you teaching your daughters how to be independent, to think for themselves. You agree with that? And
That's why I was trying to tell Edie Man that I wasn't talking. I was talking about a whole different point of view, not the subject or the topic at hand. That's what I was trying to tell E.
And I agree, but I'm telling you, it's one thing that I say. I call my daughter and say, I taught you how to do that. You need to use the skills I taught you versus you got a man. That man need to know how to do that, and I don't even know if that man know how to do it. It's two different situations.
No, it ain't.
Okay.
Because the part that you forget is that we know the man could drive because he has the car. He drove her to a store before. He drove her to the Mosey Wozy before. He drove her home to do whatever. That man could drive the car regardless. So yes.
Sharon, question real quick. Does your child problem-solving capabilities disappear whether they have somebody in their life or not? Like a man or a companion or a buddy? Do the problem-solving capabilities disappear? Do they evaporate or go somewhere?
No.
Oh,
okay. I'm on mute. I gotta go to work, y'all. Merry Christmas to all you crazy friends. Happy born day for real, man. I'll holler at y'all in a minute. Peace, family. Peace, family.
Chicago, somebody in the chat said that most women aren't independent. I am a very independent woman, right? And that could be thought of as a bad thing to certain men, right? If you're a weak man, you would think that I'm not the woman for you. But there was a lot of things my husband didn't know how to do that I definitely knew how to do, right? I knew how to change tires. Hubby wasn't no changing the tire type of person. Even though he knew how to change the tire, he didn't know how to do nothing else much with a car, right? The tire and oil was all he could do. Other than that, we had to hire somebody.
Right.
I'm the person who put the things on the, like if we want pictures on the wall, this television, that TV that's on the wall. Like, you know what I mean? I had to know that you got to find a bracket. You couldn't just put it up anywhere on the wall. You got to find a stud, right? And you got to find, and he didn't know that. And the reason I knew that because I watched my dad build our house around us, bit by bit.
I would like to speak to that as well. Majority of the things that had to be built in my house, a lot of the things, I would say 90% of the things, my wife built it because she did it while I was outside working. like, what you gonna do? You got the delivery from Amazon at this time in the morning, and then you gonna wait until the 16th hour, 16 hours that I was not in the house, and you gonna let it just sit there that whole time? That don't make no damn sense. You are a full capable person. I'm not gonna feel no way, and if you can't do it by the time I get home, fine. That is what it is. If it's that difficult, or you had some relapses or some whatever the case is, right? So I'll take it over. However, majority of independent human beings are going to be willing to take on the task until they can't figure it out. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And but somebody's making it seem like independent people can't be married. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, nah. You can't do everything.
Right, I can't do everything.
Like
here's
it would make no sense for my wife to actually wait until I come home to take out the garbage when she's home, or she's in and out the house the whole day.
Right. But here's the question for the fathers, because the context is daughters, right? I understand that if they bring somebody home that doesn't know how to do certain things, that you could teach them and you could show them, and that's fine, right?
Yeah.
At what point do you pull your daughter to the side and say, listen, this nigga don't know how to do anything. This friend don't know how to do anything. Like you see what I'm saying? Like, at what point do you pull?
Yeah.
Never.
So I think
what?
if he's a teachable, hold on. I want to answer that as well. That's a very interesting question.
See, you better come to me next.
If he's a teachable young man, I don't think
always you next, fool.
If he's a teachable young man, I don't think it's no problem with me keep teaching him. That might not be his skill set, his talent. He might be just a very intelligent young man, and he could do computers, and he's very loving to her, and he does everything possible, but he can't pull up a couch. I remember one time this man was everything for this lady, but man, he was only 116 pounds, and he couldn't do nothing really physically in the house. And so it is what it is. Let me call my construction cousin, and I didn't belittle the kid and try to make him feel bad for not being capable, because he was willing. He just didn't have that. That's just wasn't his skill set.
Right. And you're talking about one domain, right? So he's extremely proficient in one domain, but he's weak in another, and you can pick up that slack.
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't see nothing
But that's
wrong
even
with
an exaggeration, right? A person could know a lot about a lot of things, but not be extremely proficient the way you said it, Free Zone. But I see your point though. That's how most Americans are. We may not know everything about a particular thing, but we know enough to survive and excel, maybe even in certain areas. That's like.
If I may add to the original point, right? When I first got here, y'all was talking about the fact that Shorty had to go to work at the end of the day. She had to go to work at the end of the day.
We are not doing
We need to get her to work so she can provide for herself and her family, especially since but daddy, like, come on now, y'all forgot all about that. Yeah, I'll let y'all talk.
No, we are not going back. We moved the conversation about like
we wanted to stay in the house up underneath him.
We moved it about 3 times. Yeah, you better. Yeah.
Y'all knew she needed to go.
No, all right, we passed that. Go ahead, Oz, with your new story.
But if I wanted to address the situation. One, I did teach my daughter, for the record, the basics about automobiles. I taught her when you open up the hood, everything that's highlighted in yellow or whatever, you could do that yourself. The windshield wiper fluid, put oil inside the little situation. All the things that's highlighted under the hood that's in yellow, you can do yourself. I also taught her how to change a tire, how to choke the wheel and put the emergency brake on and all that. I taught her that. So to finish my story, when she called me, I wasn't tripping off that. I came running. There was a young man on the passenger side. So everybody was correct before y'all cut me off. There was a very teachable moment. Not only was I upset when I saw that, I snapped out of it real quick. I said, you know what? Young man, get out the car. He got out the car, and I taught him and showed him how to change that tire. And my daughter, which you already knew how to do it, was standing over my shoulder. But you guys wouldn't let me tell my story. And that's exactly what happened. The initial reaction was, what's up with this bum-ass N-word? Are you kidding me? But then they immediately went away. Hey, young man, get out the car. He had that little look like he didn't feel like doing it and all that. But what pissed me off was how he was just laid back in the seat, the recline back. You know how we do it? Like he ain't had no care in the world. So I had to show him how to change the tire. And he accepted it well. He got the tire, he jacked it up, he did all that.
Listen, I love you, Otis. Go ahead.
Bob, I want to say this real quick, Bob. Hey, I got a daughter that is absolutely 100 too pretty to do any of that, no matter how much I teach her. I don't care how much I put a hammer in her hand and teach her how to do this, that, and the third. She ain't going. Bomb, when I tell you this young lady, I will have a bag. I will have everything. I don't have no more arms, Bomb. None. She will walk to that door and stand there.
Sounds like some tough love. Like you just gonna
damn, Sharon.
Anyway, though.
Look, Bomb, and then look. I'm like, Dad, you can't get it. She's like, I don't touch doors. I'm like, God damn.
That's right. Nothing wrong with it.
I got another daughter. everywhere she goes. She comes, she'll pick up worms. Dad, look at all these worms I got. And I'm like, what are you doing? Throw those things away. So, and this is what Baum was also saying as well, is that like each child, you are still being a different father to those children, even if they are raised in the same household. So
right.
Regardless if I teach all my daughters how to change a tire, one of them ain't doing it no matter what, how well she knows it, she ain't going. I know it for a fact. She ain't going. And there's another daughter, she will probably fight the boyfriend to change the tire. Move your ass out the way. I want to do it. I want to get nice and dirty. She don't like to be she just like to be hands-on. That's her thing. Right? That's also the one that I gotta get the sewing machine for, because she want to she want to do everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's just what
that's
it is.
That's why she want that sewing machine.
You know what I'm
saying?
So
we want to learn everything. I know how to make everything. You know what I mean? I watched my dad. He would tell me I was pretty. You ain't got to worry about it. The men gonna take care of it. Which he was right. If I was stuck on side the road, men will stop to help me. Right? I never had any problem with that. But I would, I'm married. I can't let them be doing all this. I'm like, if somebody pass by and see you doing this. But at the same time, when it comes to hubby, though, I want to do it. But let me just say this. I saw a video of a young woman pushing a fucking car, right? They ran out of gas. She outside pushing the car, and he's behind the wheel steering.
What?
Oh, I'm not lying.
I seen that.
You saw it?
I seen that. Mm-hmm.
They ran out of gas because he wouldn't. And then so a guy pulled over to help him. And when he found out there was a man in the car, he was like, okay, I'll take y'all to get gas. And the woman was like getting in, and he was like, no. He didn't want, he wanted them to take them to get gas. And he said, bro, you stay in that car, I'm going to take her. And and he told her she better not get in that car to go get that gas with that man.
He should have left. He should have. Yeah, I listen. I agree. Listen. First of all, I think that he was smart to tell his wife not to get in no car with no other man.
Absolutely.
That was a very smart decision. He said, the Lord gave us these muscles in our feet and in our legs, and we gonna push this thing as far as
we pushing. He wasn't pushing.
Right. I don't agree with that part.
He was sick.
And man, I wanted to say because
they wasn't married.
My oldest daughter, she got her man, right? And he is not. He knows all about cars, but him too. He just as bougie as my daughter. That's why they rocking with each other. Neither one of them's getting out the car to change a goddamn tire. Neither one of them. Listen.
But they're gonna do cars.
I was so mad, but I had to do what Otis did. I had to take a woosah and says, you know what? This is how they like to be. They caught a flat and they ordered a goddamn Uber and then got home and then towed the car to their house.
What?
That's how bougie they are.
That's crazy.
Sharon.
At least they saw
it. And I was pissed off. And plus, and I know he knows about cars because he built a BMW from scratch. So he likes cars and he knows how to do it. But he is so bougie, he ain't going. And I was like, you know what? I was mad. But I was like, hey, as long as you got the means to do the shenanigans that you like to do, I can't even be really mad for real.
Oh yeah, I don't care about that if he's spending his money.
Yeah, so I can't really be mad.
I can't be mad at that, but I just think that we need to get to a point that as men, we gotta understand that men don't got all the answers. We gotta give them grace, right? We gotta say, hey, the biggest thing that a young man can be is teachable. And if he's teachable, even if that's you the father-in-law, you should be willing to teach him everything you know.
I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
I agree. As long as he's teachable, I don't give a damn what he want to learn.
Agreed.
As long as I can get it to him, I'm willing to get it to him. As long as he's treating my family member good. And I say family member because I wouldn't just do this for my daughter. I do this for any one of my family members.
Right, your nieces. Right, I got you. Yeah.
Since we have a nice group of men up here, I'm gonna ask y'all a question, okay? Because my husband, so is it like today when you buy furniture, you usually have to put it together, right? Unless you buy some expensive furniture and have it delivered. But for the most part, a lot of the pieces I have around here, we had to put together. Now, why is it that you men don't like reading the instructions? Y'all like to see the tools. And then y'all,
I can explain that.
It's because we want to sharpen our imaginations.
Okay,
you gotta understand.
Okay. That's either man's excuse reason.
He didn't even let me finish. You see how you do me? I was halfway.
You turned the camera off. My bad. Go ahead.
I was trying to find this man. Hey, but the point is, no, I feel like we just want to see if we have the ability to imagine the vision that the person who created this could do it. And that's why I use instructions sometimes. If it's more than 100 pieces, I use instructions. If it's less than 100 pieces, I feel like I got the fortitude and the mind to fix it.
Otis, that's why you don't look at the damn instructions.
For the most part, I skim through them first. I don't just open it up and start putting them together, to be honest with you. I don't read them verbatim. I skim through them, then I throw them to the side, start doing what I do. And I don't know why I do it, but I like E's answer, though. We want to feel like whoever came up with this shit, I should be able to look at it and put it together real quick, too. So I agree with what he said.
Go ahead, Detroit. Why you don't know how to change a tire, Detroit? Go ahead.
We try to rush stuff. That's what it is, Bomb Terry. Men gonna try and rush through some shit, get this shit done as fast as possible, and reading instructions slows us down, even though it's the right thing to do.
That's part of it too. Small boy.
We got one more man. Free zone.
Why you ain't never changed the windshield wiper fluid in your wife's car? Talk to us, man. Come on.
Because I'm with Otis. Like, I'll look at the instructions and then toss them to the side, and I won't pick it up unless I need it. And sometimes the instructions actually complicate the putting it together sometimes. But I don't have an issue reading instructions. But the only reason why I wouldn't read instructions is because I think I can do it without it.
And Ron, you gonna get the answer because you are a builder.
Yeah, so
you can answer.
For me, most of the time is because I probably already know how to build the thing because usually the thing that we buy is usually simple things. If they said stay at home kit, so I look at I'm building a goddamn box with drawers. I'm gonna look at it like, oh, I can do this.
And then the question is,
short answer for all of
how many y'all shit come out right? Because I could go around my house and show you where the drawers won't close completely. You know what I mean? Like, I had to come and take a look. Hubby started using nails instead of the screws that came with it and hammers and split the furniture, like he decided that this don't fit because it don't go there. That's why it don't fit there, baby. So
Bob Terry, short answer for all the guys, pride.
Pride.
It's pride.
I mean,
it's pride. I don't think it's pride.
Right.
I don't think it's pride.
Like what our original
I'll
topic.
tell you that. I don't have pieces left over, and all the drawers closed. So
the reason I don't think it's pride is because once I get lost, I go to the instructions. I'm like, what the hell that man thought?
To be real, the reason why I don't look at instructions now, I put so many things together for so many times. I don't really need the instructions like that, for real. Unless it's something brand new that I never did before. Like
but it wouldn't hurt you if you read them, right? If you read them, it wouldn't hurt you, right?
I read it once before, and they usually stay the same for the next 10 years.
I got you, but once again, we can run away from it all we want to, but that pride thing gonna keep creeping back in, man.
Yeah, but that is true because like certain things I ain't never did before, I'm gonna read the instructions. But if it's like a couch or something that I done did close to, I'm like, they got the same screws I had before. Absolutely. So I am trying to go off my past knowledge.
Yeah,
right.
When you put that little kid bed together for the first time, like you like, I ain't looking, damn instructions. Move over. A goes with B, B go with D, D go with E, then the
especially when you move.
Go ahead. Just don't sit on it.
Don't sit on it because soon as you sit on it,
you gotta let the screws settle in. You know what I'm saying?
Most of the stuff nowadays is easy to put together, though. Like as long as you couple with because a lot of them be having letters and signs and stuff that match. And as long as you put that stuff together, you just put it together, and it's easy.
Yeah,
Not IKEA.
put the instructions.
Not IKEA.
You don't.
That's why I don't go to IKEA.
Yeah, IKEA. Yeah,
I order from Amazon
like
before I go to IKEA.
For the delivery. Yeah, they make it complicated so you pay for the delivery.
And then, and then be honest, rich people, they just get the people to come and install it. They install it. No, I'm just saying. My cousin that's rich, he don't install stuff. He said, "Hey, y'all come and put that stuff together. Put it up there in that room and hook up that wash and dry." A lot of people do that nowadays.
If you because I know if you think I put that TV on that wall, you crazy. I was like, hey, Geek Squad, do your damn thing.
You don't like that?
Either man.
Hell no. I do this shit for a living. Hell no. I don't want to do it. Nope. Go ahead. You do it. You break it, you buy me a new one too. And I'm going to keep the one that you broke because I'm going to fix that though.
What you said, PhD?
We got some requests from the chat for you to
I'm
say
not
the
saying
word
that S word again. No. You better catch it the first time. You got to catch it while I'm moving. I actually said strew, and they said I'm saying stew. I said strew. I've been working on my words.
PH Diva, do you know how to change a car's flat tire?
No, that's what roadside is for.
Damn, that easy.
It's
but let's be clear that if we had the choice that we wanted our daughters to marry somebody savvy that can do this versus somebody who can pay for it, which one would we choose?
The person that can pay for it.
Absolutely.
The money.
All right, Otis, are you leaving or do I have to make you leave?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Damn.
That was crazy.
Happy holidays, What's up, Happy? I didn't even see you. Hey, happy holidays.
What's that? What you looking at? I ain't see nothing. Jangle.
Diva, how upset would you be? You caught a flat tire and the man next to you is like, I ain't changed that tire. We better call roadside assistance.
Wait, what now?
The man next to you says, I'm not changing no tires neither. Call roadside assistance. I got the best, whatever. He got the best
okay.
Roadside assistance. Did that make you feel away?
I don't know. It depends. Like, how long is roadside taking? I'm all for being a gentleman and, not getting your pants dirty. But if roadside gonna take a minute, then you need to just get down there and change the tire so we can go.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 2 hours until we get to you.
So now I gotta go to the ball with my tuxedo with a little grease on my.
We go bend back, right, swing back by the house so you can get cleaned up, and then we'll make a fashionably late entrance wherever it is we was going.
Interesting. So you don't like your man not knowing how to change that tire, huh?
I want him to know how. I mean, I'm totally okay with him not wanting to do it and being willing to pay somebody else to do it. But like in a pinch, I need you to know how, so we're not just stranded.
Interesting. I like it. Because
what's the number? What's that number? Like anything over an hour, you gonna have to get down there, or what's the number?
What's the number? I mean, it depends. Yeah. It depends. I mean, now if he, got it like that, and he don't get his hands dirty, well, hey, who am I?
Oh, there you go.
Because the reason why we asked is because Otis' daughter called him and said, "Hey, I got a flat tire." He showed up quick, fast, and hurry, and it was her and a dude sitting next to her, and he was like, "What the hell is going on?" But instead of getting mad, he just told the young man, "Hey, look, this is how you do it," and the young man was able to follow the directions. Do you see something wrong with that?
Yeah, that he seemed to be raising a daughter with no damn standards for the men that she deal with.
But
that's
how would
my
you
concern.
But how would you know he can't change a tire before you get in the situation?
Because I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of other shit his sorry ass can't do.
Goddamn. Well, we don't know if they was together now, but he just said it was a young man in the car.
Still,
but the young man was willing to get dirty though. That was the key part that Otis was saying.
So he just didn't know how.
Yeah, he just didn't know how to.
I'll bring the team. I appreciate you doing business with me. I'd be safe.
Oh, I'm like, huh?
That boy got off. He got off you on purpose. That boy ain't slick.
Another sale. Well, Wall Street Willie at? He beat him.
Sound productive and shit.
but Diva, how do you actually feel about that? So if it was your daughter, right, and you and the husband came and met, and then but the young man was willing to get dirty, he just for whatever reason never had the proper knowledge to know how to do these things. Is that a trait that you'll be okay? He's willing to get dirty. He just didn't know, or would you just be like all turned off about the young man?
I would be all turned off just because if it was a matter of him being willing to do it, he just didn't know. Like, nigga, go on YouTube and find out how to change a tire. I know it's 1,000 videos that'll walk you through step by step, show you how to do it, give you verbal instructions, all these things. And so how I end up here? Like, and, how did my name get called?
And what age would you consider it okay?
Okay. 18 and under.
18 and under, you're like, all right, I could give you a pass. All right.
They're young kids. But now if we
do the other brothers
be grown.
Okay. Do the brothers agree with that? 18 and under you would give it a pass that he doesn't understand how to change a tire and he doesn't have the problem solving skills to even YouTube it to change that.
Nah, I say like 50. I give him about 50.
50. Either man with 50. Detroit. By the way, Diva, Detroit still don't know how to change a tire. But go ahead, Detroit. Go ahead.
No, man. I think for myself, I knew how to change a tire by 16. I mean, once you get your license, I knew how to change a tire then. But for some people that just ain't never learned it or maybe not owned a car, 18 to me could be
acceptable.
All right age, I guess.
Okay.
I done helped a lot of people. I done helped a lot of people change tires to run, and the number one reason people can't change tires because the spare tire ain't pumped up.
Because the spare tire what?
The spare tire is not pumped up. Like they put the spare tire on there and he ain't got no air in it.
Right.
So like it's not just about knowing how to. Is have you been doing the maintenance, making sure you kept the spare tire? Like it's springtime, I say, hey, we gotta take this spare tire to go get air. Because you ain't got no air in your spare tire. So I think it's the overall knowledge of changing the tire.
What about you, Frizo? What's the acceptable age where you were like, all right, I'm not going to hold you accountable for this? What's the age limit for you?
I would have to say somewhere between 16 and 18, mainly because like somebody like you have YouTube. You could easily look it up. Like when I didn't know how to do stuff with my car, I just looked it up on YouTube, and as long as it's not engine or transmission stuff that I have to take into a mechanic, I pretty much fixed it.
You talking about an RC car or
a regular car?
Oh, okay.
A regular car.
And Diva said, look it up on YouTube. Free zone. I know how you don't like to
Oh, Diva, there you go.
Look at the intelligent in the room.
Today.
PhD, we've been having this conversation for 4 hours and nobody brought up YouTube. Shout out to PhD.
But the interesting thing is you do kind of need to know how to do it because you could definitely put that jack in the wrong place and now that jack went through the goddamn passenger seat. So
yeah, but they're going to show you where to put it. That's what I'm saying. Like, YouTube got a million videos that'll walk you through the visuals, the audio, like show you from different angles. Like, yeah. So
it's crazy though. You have YouTube now, but back in the day when we didn't have YouTube, people knew that stuff more readily.
Right, because they pulled you aside and taught you, like, hey, this is how you change a tire. Like, now you got a license, you finna be out here driving. Come here, let me show you how to change this tire. But nothing stops the men of today from doing that with young men.
But what it does,
I learned in school. Y'all like learning in school?
I'll tell you why it slows it down, why it's not being taught as much, because back then when we didn't have no phone. So if your ass got stuck on the road, your ass was really on the side of the road and you had to walk some miles to get to the nearest place. You didn't have no phone to just sit in the car and call AAA. Right, you know what I'm saying? So it was way more dangerous when we was coming up to be stuck on the side of the road because some goddamn spare tire. Where today's time, it's not as dangerous because you got a phone that you could call, you got Uber that could pick you up on the side of the road, and you don't have to just be in danger, because one of the most dangerous things to do is change a tire on a highway. So if you ever catch a flat on the highway, make sure you get your ass off the highway if you can. That's the thing to do, because a lot of people, that's a very dangerous thing to do.
Yeah, but even with like my battery in my car died a couple weeks ago, and the guy showed up to I guess jumping from roadside, and he had a little kid in his hand, and all he did was hit it with something, and my car started up. Right, I could go buy one of those that I could have just kept in my car, and you know what I'm saying, to jump my own shit off. So yeah, I mean, it helps to know these things.
Speaking of that,
that's what I got in my trunk.
Recently happened with my
That's
wife.
a fact,
They was doing the homeschool thing. Bunch of mothers was there, right? It's all mothers, by the way. So the kids was in our car, and they left everything on, and so it drained the battery real quick. The funny thing is, like what Dee said, all the ladies, they was so quick to hurry. They're like, "Oh, I got the jumping cables. I got because
Right, you see that, and the whole new world opened up. Like, wait a minute, I didn't have to wait on this man. I could have just hit the shit, and he did put a new battery in. So he was good
and they all had that same story like you. Like, hey, I was like, I don't want to be stuck on the side, so I seen that all you need is the little charger, little porter thing. I could put it in my car, and all of them had it, and it was hilarious. They all pull up. I got the cables, and they was happy to do it, and that's the independent part of women too. That it is a fun thing, and it's a valuable thing for your wife or your mate, your female, to be independent on a lot of things, right? So even if she wasn't able to, the ladies was there with the wife wouldn't have to call me, even because we had the cables in the car as well too. So
Right. So yeah.
Let me ask you all a question. It's off the topic that you're currently talking about. It's about cooking a holiday meal. Why is it that women are designated? Why is it expected that women cook the holiday meal?
I think it's because majority of the time you can't wear open-toed sandals to have a barbecue. So, and that's the only thing men really know how to do is barbecue with open-toe shoes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he does.
Never say I ain't feeling you, Sharon, but I'm
not he grills very well, so I'll give you that.
The Chicago Gorilla 20 ball. Happy born day, E. Murray Krima SBG. That's funny.
I don't. She's on
Happy you want to say something? You was trying to say something.
Well, I wanted to say my last battery in my car I bought from the dealer. It had a 3-year warranty. And so when the man came, he was like, "Oh yeah, when you bought this battery?" And I was like, "Oh, it's probably been about 3 years." And he saw the thing, and it was November, like 3 years exactly. It died, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, that's why they gave you a 3-year warranty.
I know, but like I'm supposed to get like 3.5. Come on, don't like the month that I bought it is the month that it died. 3 years.
That's why I tell everybody swap when your warranty almost up. You always go swap it out at 2.5 years, and then since you got a warranty, they go swap it out.
Okay, so thank you. So that's some man knowledge, ladies. At 2.5 years, go swap your battery out so you won't get caught.
Even if there's nothing wrong with it. Even if there's nothing wrong with it.
Even if there's nothing wrong with it, do it anyway, because that's what they say. Hey, you could do that with a lot of clothes as well too. Timberland would change those goddamn soles for free. I don't rock with them. I don't buy them, but they change it for free. You send it back in the box, they send you back with a brand new sole. And they're going to brush up the original boot as well. A lot of that stuff. What'd you say, Mella?
No, I had no idea that was a thing. You're saying Timberlands?
Yes.
You
really never have to. You really never have to buy.
Really Timberlands back. They'll give you some new ones.
Yeah. It's also with a lot of Nikes too. If you look at like the actual, so when my wife was looking at buying shoes for my daughter, she found shoes that they even swap out the size. Like when your kids grow, it's companies that swap out the size and give you actually bigger size because your kids got bigger.
That's wow.
Also,
Yes.
I believe North Face is also notorious for that as well. They have a very good swap out policy as well.
That's interesting.
It's a lot of stuff that have lifetime guarantees that you don't never have.
Yeah,
to buy.
the lifetime guarantee.
That's why they charge. That's how they just
do the same thing too.
And that's why they justify charging you 10 times what it costs because it got a lifetime warranty. That's why people are like, why do this $5 shoe cost me $200? Because it got a lifetime warranty.
Lifetime warranty. That's what's up.
Yeah, I think you only got to pay for like shipping, right? You got to pay for the postage to send your shit in, but they'll send it back to you, right?
Yeah, so a lot of companies do that as well too. Yeah, I believe Nike and Timberland. That's how you got to do it. You got to send it to them in the box, the original box, and then they send you back a refurbished version of your boot. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't try it with Red Wings. It's $300 for a new sole at Red Wing though.
No, you got to go to the store, to the Red Wing stores, I think.
No,
if you bring it in.
No, Red Wing, you got to pay for it for sure.
I was going to say, mine I didn't have to pay for.
Well, I don't know. What did you
know
get?
what? And I was working through Comcast at the time too, so it might have been something built in with Comcast at the time.
Yeah,
too.
if you work through Comcast, then you good. Anything with electrical companies, you good.
You look like you installed cable. I knew you had that look. I've been trying to figure out. You look like the guy who installed my cable. That's what he looked like.
The pot on the kettle? Hold on. You look like a MAGA supporter. I thought that from the first time I saw you. And you confirmed it through these days I've been listening to you too. So you're right.
Can I address your super chat from the other day?
You know what I mean, Chicago? They try to tell me, Sharon, you don't wear no Timberlands. No, I wear Red Wings, friends. I don't wear no damn Timberlands. I'm too bougie for that.
Ryan always trying to flex on us with his waterhead ass. His waterhead ass.
Is the birthday guy still up here? The birthday guy still up here? What do you want to do for your birthday?
I don't know. That thought goes to my wife. I told her I needed 2 hours to go do something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to donate money to Happy.
Nah, I ain't say that. Y'all want to send me some money? I ain't never got to send no money on my birthday. Let me drop my Cash App. It's all honey. All
no.
Ain't that's how they do it? Ain't that's how they do it on YouTube?
All your life? All my life. Like, really?
Nah, like my mama just called me. She was like, we never spent one of your birthdays together. I was like, yeah, we never spent it. So she told me next year I got to fly her out. I'm like, how's this my birthday?
Oh my goodness. What's your do you eat do you have a birthday cake preference?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
As long as we got a candle lit. Happy birthday.
I don't know. Like, I haven't really. I got to figure it out because my wife, she made some last night. I don't know if I'm gonna eat it, but
They
I
telling
see
you
her.
drop your cash out. They telling you drop your cash out. That's
It's
like
all
$10
honey.
on.
Yeah, drop that birthday cash out.
It's all honey. All honey. Cash App, all honey.
Oh, they saying so. Sharon, you pay $1,800 for boots.
That's how he flex for y'all. In case y'all think.
You on mute. You on mute.
Let me see.
You on mute. Hey, that's why them crackers be hating on you. This
He ashamed to admit it. Like, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Hey, Sharon, I dropped it in the back chat. It's all honey. It's a picture of me and my wife. All honey. All honey is our cash app.
That's what's up.
But no, like, so what I was saying, you said a cake. So I seen my wife last night. You know, like I was looking from the living room and I seen her cutting up like some zucchini. And I was like, how's she making a cake with some zucchini? This about to be interesting. So I'm looking around the corner and she makes some zucchini. I was like, I don't know about that. But I'm going to try it. She made me like a zucchini cake and it's like chocolate or something. I ain't never seen nothing like that, but I don't know.
My goodness.
Well, zucchini is sweet when you juice it. So
yeah, I've heard of zucchini bread, so it's possible.
Yeah, so I'm gonna see. You know what I want? I do know what I want to do. I just realized I do know what I want to do for my birthday. The one thing I want to go see is Avatar today. Me and my daughter, we're gonna go see Avatar.
Are you gonna do the 3D, whatever they call it, shit at the theater? Oh,
So,
you know what? We got a new experience where you sit in your seat and it rotates.
Shakes. Yeah, it shakes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my daughter like all that stuff. Like I think Avatar is like 3.5 hours. It's like a 4-hour movie. So I don't know if I want to sit.
Yeah, that's too long. That's too long.
But
You
we
might
love
as well be
Avatar.
watching
That's
the
like
10 Commandments and shit.
Even though both of them was really good, though, I ain't gonna lie. The first two were really good, so I do salute to that. But I ain't sitting in no movie theater for no 3 hours. Absolutely not.
But I like the imagination. People don't understand with Avatar, they really created new everything. Imagine you got every animal got to be new. Everything had to be new. So I like the imagination. And my daughter, she loved it. Like we be talking about like I usually try to find like what interests my daughter have, and I try to find a way for me to value it. So at first I was just going to see Avatar because my daughter liked it. Now it's like I like it too.
You like it too, yeah.
Hey, so I just got one question.
Another movie that's biblical in nature called David. That's more of an animation, but Avatar is 4 hours. I don't know if I could sit through that.
Well, then that's another thing too. We was talking about being a daddy. I think a lot of dudes don't date their daughters. That's why anybody can come and date their daughters. Like you should take your daughters on daughter date.
It is
You should
so
take
important to do that. Yes.
you should take your daughters to nice restaurants. Like you should show your daughters like have a standard, and you should be the standard. It's just not like how I treat your mom. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not talking about anybody directly, right? Let's say that because every time I start talking, people get offended. But I'm saying I believe fathers
Hold on one second, Edelman. They wanted to know: is it a cash out with the pic of you and your wife?
Yeah, it's a picture of me and my wife. You should see her. Yes. I don't have anybody always asks why I don't send cash outs. It's because we have a cash app together. But you see me and my wife, you see my wife, it's definitely us.
Yes. Turbo Christ, that is him and his wife. Edelman, did you cry in the second movie? And at what part did you cry?
Avatar, no. I'm not a cry. I'm not a crier. I'm not. Like my daughter was crying though. I can tell you what part she was crying at when it's not a whale, but whatever the whale was sharing the story on how they killed this family and all that stuff. And my daughter was crying. She was like, "No, they separate him, and now he's alone."
I thought it was gonna be the part where the mother, I forgot her name right now, but what's the actress name? Zoe Saldana when the baby got hurt and she's like, and she started that scream that she did. That was highly intense and high level acting. If I don't care who you are, if you didn't feel the emotion in that part of the movie, hey, you soulless, goddamn. I don't know. I didn't cry, but I felt the urge. But I thought about Diva. I said, nope, I ain't gonna do it.
Okay, hold it.
I said, I'm gonna hold the line. It's a little dusty in here, but I'm gonna hold the line.
Picking that shit up. Yeah. Avatars, I think
that. I never seen Avatar. I never seen a lot of the like
the sci-fi movies
that
not my thing.
People look at. I never saw none of the Lord of the Rings, none of the Harry Potters, none of the none of that stuff.
But
I seen the first Harry Potter. Nothing else though. I'm with you, PhD.
The Avatar movie, Diva, especially the second one, Diva. The second one, fire.
My sister love those movies. It's too long. They all just too long. Like,
you can watch it in sections. It's a good enough where you can watch an hour at a time.
Yeah, you should go watch the second one because it shows you how Black people gonna have to integrate into America. They're gonna. That's what it's about, by the way. Just let you know.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
She's like, really?
That's an interesting way to look at it. It's definitely about mixed. It's definitely about mixed race for sure.
I thought it was about blue people.
No, it's different levels of blue people. See, you gotta understand. You got the forest people. You got the
water people. It's interesting. It's really interesting, dude, because it's about how
it's definitely about race.
Because it is loosely based on America for sure. Because the Avatar people, even though they calling them savages and all these other things, right? So it's very similar. But they don't need no goddamn Budweiser and TVs. They lifestyle doesn't need any of these so-called amenities that the sky
So
people.
it's basically about colonization.
Yeah.
No. So the avatars, avatars is like the Native Americans and white people invading them. That's literally what it's about. It's about how they was connected to the land, how they had like this sense of nature. They didn't believe that they owned anything. They were just a part of this world. And then the white people come in and they all white. They don't see no black people. All the white people come over and try to take over their world. It's literally about America.
By infiltrating, by tethering on to the blue people.
Yeah,
they literally tethers, and then it's just that what I'm saying, they really tethered on to the avatars.
So what about the flying creatures that I've seen in previews? Like they have flying creatures.
Those are birds.
Those are birds. So all of I said
connect to a flying creature or something, right?
Correct.
No. So, but that's what the whole point of them connecting was supposed to be they're connected to nature. Like, because if you look at the Native Americans that was in America first, they didn't believe they owned the land. They believed that they was connected to the land. Like if you really understand it, it's a really deep story.
Yeah, it is. So like the things that they flying on, once they get one, they get one for life.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I have little patience for sci-fi, just like Cloud Atlas and things of that scenario. I just but you've made me interested in trying to scope it out. I'm gonna look for movie reactions to it as opposed to buying a DVD or downloading it.
Wait, so then Zoe, the blue lady, goes and fall in love with the white man.
The tether.
Hold on.
No,
she didn't necessarily fall in love with the white man because he never came to her as a white man. He came to her as a tether.
Yeah, he was a tether. No, so that's what I'm saying is that he manipulated her.
Yeah, he looked just like her. So
basically,
it's a very interesting. It's a very interesting flip on a $5 Indian type of thing. It's interesting how they piece it together.
Yeah, and so how you know the tethers from the real ones? It's just the fingers. That's the only difference. The tethers got 5 fingers and they got 3 fingers. And how you know they kids is when they have sex. You a half a tether, so you get 4 fingers. I promise you, it's good. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Blue avatars having sex, y'all. Okay. You know what?
No, it's actually
Hey, how
pretty
many
good though.
fingers
Like
is in the-
it's really good, and they take their time with the story, so you get to know the character. They don't rush the movie. Like how they tend to do in these new movies.
And then what? Then the tether say PhD, but they say I'm no longer a tether. Hold on, the tether say I'm no longer a foreigner. I'm not a tether anymore. I'm one of you guys, and he mess up everything. The tether coming there, he get the forest burnt down. He get the cemeteries. The tether mess up the whole thing. Like they literally, the whole thing is the other tethers.
Hold on. Also, but the tether also become the president because he turned to Hector Gato, the one that had the biggest. He got the biggest praise that no other living avatar was able to achieve because they scared to achieve it. So then that's when they accepted him back, and now he's not a tether because he's able to achieve something that none of the original people can. So it's a highly political movie, and it's good. It's really good though.
All right.
It's
But if you look at it, the destruction of this neighborhood was the infiltration of the tethers.
And speaking of infiltration, welcome to the show, Wall Street Willie.
Shalom. Wall Street Willie. What you got for us today?
I'm just curious. What are y'all, because I heard the tether conversation, being thrown around. What are you guys doing to celebrate Aru-Tisisi's Day today?
So what?
Aru-Tisisi?
Aru-Tisisi's.
What about it?
What are y'all doing to celebrate Aru-Tisisi's?
We fellowshipping with other FBAs.
That's what we do.
Now here's the question, right? Do you believe the lie that's told about Aru-Tisisi's, that our great grandmothers were out here celebrating Aru-Tisisi's and speaking the Tut language?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because see, this is the reality, right? I've never in my life gotten an Aru-Tisisi's gift, right? This isn't what my family, my great grands were celebrating, right? I don't know anybody in my family that spoke Tutnese. I looked it up. Waxy low. They're saying that all people were running around telling each other, waxy low, right? This is what is really behind FBA. This is what it's about. And so I'm just confused as to how people can support, right, a clear grift. Like, it's like I'm watching black folk live the Avatar movie in real life. Just making stuff up, and it's literally living fiction, as opposed to something like a Kwanzaa created by black people, African Americans, right, that tells you
an FBA informant, correct? A man who has been accused of torturing black women, correct? Now, if we gonna talk, let's talk.
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. So you don't know who created Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa,
but that's not where I'm going with it.
No. But you saying why not celebrate? You pointed out the ills of Aru-Tisisi or whatever, and you said why don't we celebrate Kwanzaa? And so I'm pointing
that's
out
not what I said.
That
the
progenitor of this holiday was also an FBI informant. Was women. So
yeah, but cool. But that's not what I said. That's not what I was talking about, right?
Tortured black women. Okay, so why would we celebrate that holiday if this black man is who he has been said to be?
So again, I don't care what you celebrate, right? Like, folks celebrate like Santa Claus coming down the chimney, right? So you can be fake if you want to be on either side. But what I'm saying is, I was talking about a difference. Let me finish. I want to respond to you.
You didn't understand why people would, right?
All right, so I got to say it quick. What I'm saying is, Aru-Tisisi's is fake. It's a lie. All
of them are fake.
Let me finish.
You know what a holiday is, sir?
Can I finish? Can I just make the one point that you're running from? I never
Oh
said
no, okay,
to.
please make
I
one point
never.
I'm running from.
I
Go ahead.
never said to celebrate anything. The one thing
Okay,
I could
make the
say.
point
The
I'm
one
running
thing I
from,
could
sir.
say about. I'm trying, and I'm gonna keep it short. I'm trying. The one thing I can say about Kwanzaa, right, is it's a Pan-African celebration that they are presenting to you, saying we created this. Ujima means this. Kuji Chakalia means this, right? And we created
Who is
this
we?
to Pan-Africans,
Who is we?
the Pan-African
Okay,
community.
but so okay.
But wait,
So what?
stay with me and just allow me to make the point about the lie that you are comfortable supporting. Just let me make the point. The only point is
Okay.
this: Kwanzaa is a celebration that they're saying we are giving this to you. This is being created, right? Tariq is telling you your great grandmammy was celebrating Aru Tsitsis and
Well, why
speaking
not?
the Tut language. That is a lie.
Wait, why mother
That's
folks
the
got to be
overall
a
point.
mammy?
Huh?
Why mother folks got to be a mammy?
Well, I'm just saying, you know what? You could say your
Mother
great
folks ain't
grandpappy.
done nothing to nobody.
You could say great grandpappy too. The point is,
Yeah,
it's a
but
lie.
still.
Nobody in my family ever celebrated Aru Tsitsis.
That's fine. Then you don't have to. But like, so the thing, okay, so you're a Pan-Africanist.
How is this word spelled?
Are you a Pan-Africanist, Willie?
ARUTISUSE. And yes, I consider myself a Pan-African.
All right. So at one point, I used to consider myself a Pan-Africanist as well. And Pan-Africanism has been around for a very long time.
Correct.
But Pan-Africanism hasn't accomplished anything, which is the problem y'all have. And so rather than trying to berate or belittle people who identify as FBA and who may or may not celebrate Aratusase, maybe y'all should focus on having some tangible
Somebody gotta put that
outcomes
spelling in the back for me.
point to and say, hey, this is what we Pan-Africanism has accomplished.
Now, here's the thing. I could rattle off a ton of things that Pan-Africanism has accomplished. I could give
Like
you
what?
groups. I can give you groups like the
Go ahead.
UNIA and some of the
Go
things
ahead.
they did. Now, I know
What
what you're
they
going to
did.
do is, no matter what I present to you from the Pan-African side, you're going to try to break it down. You're going to say that, what's his name?
Tangible.
Marcus Mosiah Garvey. You're going to say he was an agent and he didn't accomplish anything. That's fine, right? But what I'm saying to you is,
Okay.
FBA has established nothing but creating the hidden hookah bar that is the hidden museum, right?
Yeah,
Let's not pretend like FBA has done anything. In fact, I would argue that with regard to the reparations conversation, if you're claiming to be Aboriginal, you are actually killing the fight for reparations, right? You are arguing against reparations because here's the deal. Everything tied to the people that own the land, those debts are settled, right? The government is basically like, yo, we've already handled the Aboriginal people to this land, right? So nothing y'all are standing on has nothing to do with reparations.
Well, so that's the thing. This country, so you made a couple different points. That's why I've been trying to stop you. So let me start with the most recent one. So with regard to the Aboriginal people, the country is still dealing with those people. So the designation is federally recognized. And there were plenty of Native American, Aboriginal, whatever you want to call them, indigenous tribes or ethnic groups here that the government has refused to acknowledge, right? So the government knows that they were here, but has, for whatever reason, refused to recognize them. One of them being, go on mute, Willie, because you got to echo. You got to echo. One of them being the Lumbee, which they just a couple days ago recognized after years. And the reason that it was always stated that they would not recognize the Lumbee is because of their triracial mix. They was too mixed, is what they were saying. The Lumbee was one of those Aboriginal Black tribes initially. However, Black men's lust for white flesh has the tribe looking like they could be a Mormon group in damn Utah half the time. Yes.
But they look like Native
I'm not
Americans.
done. I'm not done. Right. So that was that. But the point is, okay, so you said FBA hasn't accomplished anything except some nightclub or whatever. Okay, that's fine. FBA has been around for a few years, right? 5 years.
Six.
Okay, so 6 years. Okay. Pan-Africanism, like you talked about, was, before Marcus Garvey, Martin Delaney, and so the late 1800s at least. And so again, do y'all even have anything tangible like that? Y'all got a building? Is there a Pan-Africanism building?
Yeah, they got a school. Remember, they got that school.
So the first part, the first answer is you got to understand, right? FBA is a club, right? Pan-Africanism is not a club. Pan-Africanism is simply an ideology, right? So it's like saying,
so y'all don't have a building.
It's like saying,
so y'all don't
have a building.
So you
it's like saying, hold on, it's like
an ideology
so you gonna
or
let me
an
answer?
ethnic group that sprang up, or a group that sprang up 6 years ago, have a tangible something, right? And meanwhile, y'all been around for over 100 years, and you don't have one, right? And so that's my point, Willie. That's how we got here, right? Because I was saying y'all,
but you're wrong,
y'all don't have anything to show for it.
But you're wrong.
Okay, so what is it that you have to show for
There's
it?
a number of things, but
so
in order
just
for
tell
you,
us.
but in
Just
order
tell
for
us.
you, but in
Just
order for
tell
you,
us.
So now you want to put me in a box of explaining something that you're going to purposely be obtuse to.
What
I'm trying
are
to.
the
I am trying
tangible
to.
things that you all have accomplished?
I'm trying
But
to.
no, but
right?
don't tell us what we got to
Like
understand.
you went on
Just
for a
tell
really,
us.
really
Just
long
list
time.
them.
Just allow me to answer.
Just list them. Don't try to tell us what we need to understand, Willie.
So again, if we could have the conversation, right? It's
no, just tell us.
Willie.
Hold on. Let me. So Willie, just say the tangible thing.
I already brought up the UNIA as one example.
What about it? What about the UNIA?
A lot of things about it. And here's the point, right?
Name
so now you're gonna
one,
ask
no,
me.
Name
so
one
now you're gonna
thing.
ask me a
yes,
question you'll never understand. You guys won't understand because you don't know your history.
Stop
You guys don't know your history.
Hold on.
So I can't explain.
But before we get to that, please name the tangible one thing. Right? You said plenty of. Name one of them that is tangible. Simple.
A parade.
A parade is tangible.
Yes. A parade happens annually every year that highlights Black organizations through Harlem. You know about the parade in September down 7th Avenue. That
like
comes
the
from
Jamaican parade.
Pan-Africanism, right?
It's like the Jamaican parade.
Give me a second. Allow me to talk to Sharon. I played the game. Y'all wanted me to play it, right? And I responded, right? So Sharon knows every year down 7th Avenue, there's what we call the Black National Parade, right? This is a Pan-African product that still goes on till this day. It highlights all types of major Black organizations, from churches to from churches. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing I want to be clear about. The equivalent is being celebrated tonight, right? They're gonna have the FBA Aru to Sissies event that's hosted by a tether. Funny enough, Faison Love, right? You can't compare the works of Pan-Africanism at all to what's been done in 6 years. But you would only know that by knowing your history, which unfortunately Black people just don't anymore.
That's fine.
My only
That's
problem
wonderful.
with FBA is this,
So,
and I'm
okay,
here.
are you saying
My only
what they
problem with
accomplished?
FBA is this, and I'm gonna land here, right? FBA is tethering themselves, right, to Black history, right? Because you got to understand, my people delineated a long time ago, right? When we call ourselves African Americans, that was the delineation. We are no longer Africans. We are our own people here. So we did the delineation in the 1800s. Y'all are basically redelineating for whatever reason, right? But the arguments are bad. If you're claiming to be Aboriginal, you are not making a claim for reparations. Reparations is for my argument, for my people, the Pan-African, those that came over here as enslaved Africans, right? Got their freedom and have been fighting in America ever since. That's my people. That's the Pan-African argument.
It sounds like you don't know what FBA is standing on.
Right,
I
but
do know what it's standing on.
even
It's standing on
still,
Arutu
the thing,
Sisses,
right?
which is today. Happy Arutu Sisses. So I don't have a problem with you
Okay,
celebrating.
you're taking it too far. All right, you finished the
Yeah, but see,
explanation.
this is the thing. You're doing a lot of talking, but you're not saying what we asked you. All I asked you was list the accomplishments, right? The tangible accomplishments. Okay, so you said all that to say a parade. Right. A parade that, Sharon, how familiar are you with this parade?
Yeah, I've been there.
Okay, you know this parade. Okay, so people go to the parade.
It's huge. Now, I would also talk about people like
No.
I would also talk about Kwame Nkrumah.
Willie, hold on, Willie.
All right, good.
Okay, so it's a parade to highlight organizations, and so in over 100 years, that's what you're saying. Okay, what else, Willie? Because if all you like to say,
Kwame Nkrumah.
What about them?
No.
Stop. Because Patrice Lumumba, Kwame Nkrumah, those aren't accomplishments to us, right?
But they're based in Pan-Africanism.
They are, right? But I'm asking you about tangible accomplishments.
Those are tangible
the average Black American don't give a damn.
Accomplishments.
No, not to us, right?
To you, not to you, because you're not a Pan-African.
No, to the average Black American, right? Because nobody gives a damn that Kwame Nkrumah came over here and matriculated at an HBCU, and that's where he got the ideology from to take back to get independence in Ghana, right? Nobody. So we don't care about that.
I'm saying those are
ultimately no. That's ultimately us giving them something. I'm saying something that benefits Black Americans, and because that is the concern with FBA. So if you all want people to disavow FBA and become Pan-Africanist, then y'all gonna have to be able to speak to that and make some type of progress in that regard, right? And so, yes, we got plenty of examples of us giving Black people in other parts of the world something. We know, right? That's who we are. But I'm talking about accomplishments for us. And again, you did all that talking, but all you said was ultimately a parade.
Right.
And so again, I did it.
So hold on.
When Willie, I gave you those two African leaders, those are nations.
Willie,
those are nations.
Okay, we don't care nothing about that.
Willie,
that's the problem.
So Willie,
you don't care about your own Black
history.
History.
Willie.
No, they're not mine.
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I don't know, Willie. But Willie, so even though you try to shit on the Tariq Nasheed's center, but it's still tangible as a building. We could go in there, we could sit in there, we could conjugate in secrecy if needed be. It is tangible, something you could touch, feel, and we could use as is dedicated to Black folks. That parade in New York, anybody can go and anybody does. So it's not necessary for us. So are you saying that the Native Americans that got a parade and that is tangible because they got a parade that anybody could go to?
I am saying this is a stupid conversation. When I give you, when I give you, so what you're trying to do is box me in.
Stupid, bro. What?
So you don't want the answer. This is what always happens.
Hold on,
when
Willie.
People
hold
can't
on,
actually make the argument. They don't.
You apparently can't make the argument. Now it's a stupid conversation, but it's a conversation you initiated, sir. Right. You initiated this conversation, and now because you done ran your ass into a brick wall mentally, now it's a stupid conversation.
I didn't run in any brick wall.
Okay, and all
y'all are running from my answer.
Y'all
aren't allowing me to respond. And
we are. Stop saying what we not doing.
I even played your game.
So the problem is, Willie, even with your example, I gave you a tangible thing, and you did not. a parade is not tangible to only us. Go.
So again, I even played your game, right? And gave you these.
I don't understand what's wrong
That's
with y'all mentally. I don't understand what's wrong with y'all mentally. Go ahead and with your argument. Don't say what you don't want to talk about the goddamn conversation, please. Go ahead.
That's corny. That's what I mean by it's corny. I'm not being allowed to respond. You want to try to challenge me to respond the way you want.
Now. No,
yes, you are all. Hold on, hold on.
And
Let
when I played your game,
let me explain because you are on my show. I want the show to go a certain way so the audience can at least understand what you're trying to say. When y'all do this other thing, when y'all do this other thing that y'all think that y'all are accomplishing, you are not. I'm trying to steer you in a direction when you can at least have a point. So don't tell me what I'm doing and what we are saying, and just go ahead and move forward with your point, please.
That Arrow 260 and FBA is fake. That's my point. And they are tethering themselves to actual Black history. They are tethering themselves.
Okay, but you said that already.
Right. So hold on. I'm gonna land here, right?
Hold on. So
because my mission was accomplished. I've already given people something to think about. And at this point, I would say just go do your research and learn your history, right?
No,
and you'll see all the great things that Pan-Africanism has done.
You're supposed to be moving forward with the.
I just want to say happy Arrow.
Hold on. You're supposed to be moving it forward with your tangible thing. What is tangible?
Nah, I'm kind of done here because I can't have the conversation. So I just want to wish everyone happy Arrow to sister.
I don't understand y'all, man. I'll let y'all talk, and then y'all say y'all don't get a chance to talk.
He can't answer the question. That's what that was. That whole thing was. That's why it became a stupid question. Then it was, you won't let me talk while you talking, right? So it's like, answer the question. And then he spent 3 minutes talking about how we won't let him answer the question. Answer the freaking question. Right. And so now, he's not going to play our game. So in other words, Pan-Africanism ain't got no tangibles. And that's the problem. They've been around for over 100 years and don't have shit to show for it. That's the problem. And they don't want to adjust or adapt to what Black American people are wanting for ourselves now. They want to try to club us over the head and force us to want what they want, and that's just not it. Willie probably ain't never even been to Africa. When you go over there, those people do not consider you. They don't even consider the people who live next to them as the same as them. Like, what are y'all doing? Elite Belzo won $5 for the show. Thank you, ma'am. Shadow the Titan Wasp, $2. Isn't he supposed to be on vacation? This nigga.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, and I think it's weird that I don't know how people. Wow. I don't know. I guess it's just self-reflection, right? Like, I guess they think that we trying to be against them. We wouldn't mind if you did have a good argument. We actually enjoy that. If you have a good argument that we could combat with logic. Like, Darwin, when he came up here, we disagree with him, but at least it was clear and coherent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at least that. Like, and I mean, oh man. It's wild to see how they just don't understand how unclear and coherent they are. And they don't have no line of thought. I'm starting to have a very short fuse for it too, and I'm trying to figure that out.
I'm seeing that.
Like, it's that just hurts my brain. I'm like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? So, but also I gotta see that a lot of people anyway. That should just be. I really don't be understanding it. It'd be crazy to me, for real. How many? We need 3 more. Hold on, let me see.
3 more what?
Crazy. $5 super chats to reach to go.
Oh, okay. Shadow the Titan Wasp, $5. Why I gotta be all that, PhD, sir? I didn't say anything about you. I wasn't talking about you, sir.
He like to start with you.
How you know that they monthly dues paying members of the fan club because they want everything I say to be about them.
Damn.
Sorry to disappoint you, sir.
Oh man, I wonder, can I? Let me. No, I cannot. Okay, I should have did that earlier. My argument is that Pan-Africanism is an ideology.
You so damn stupid. What is wrong with you?
That should be really crazy to me sometimes. I'm like, man, these people be having, these people be having conversations with people too. Like they got a whole, man.
The crazy thing is, as a former Pan-Africanist, it's just they don't even have, they refuse to even engage with what people are telling them. So you can explain, everything I explained to him about why Black American people aren't really rocking with that ideology anymore and what we're looking for, right? Something tangible on our behalf. And he boiled it down to a hookah bar and some African boogeyman that's stopping it. Nobody said that. I never said no African, nothing was stopping me from doing anything because that wouldn't be the case.
Right.
Engage with what people are telling y'all. That's y'all still back in the 1920s. Y'all got to evolve and catch up to the 2020s.
Yeah. Welcome back, Eda, man.
It look like y'all get ready to end the show. Great show today, because I know when I see these two faces, I appreciate all the love.
I thought Sharon took everybody down. You took everybody down, Sharon?
No, I didn't.
Well, everybody just started bouncing.
Yeah, Wall Street Willie's conversation.
Let me ask you this question, PhD. I know Sharon ain't got no car. So is gas cheaper in your area now?
Cheaper than when?
Than last December.
Oh shit. It's probably about the same.
Okay. I think it's just my area because last December our gas is like $4. I'm getting gas right now. It's $3.20. So it's like 80 cents cheaper. But I think it depends on maybe where you at in the world.
Maybe. And how much was it? And how much was it last year?
Last year was like $4, and now it's $3.20.
I don't believe it. I won't allow it. I don't believe it.
Look it up in Tacoma. Look, like I'm dead serious.
It might be cheaper than last month or last 2 months, but I don't know if it's cheaper than last year. I don't know. But that's dope if it is.
Yeah, because I was doing it. I was doing all my account stuff, and I was like, man, gas is like 80 cents cheaper, but it might be just my area, man. It might be. Because I heard in California it's more expensive.
It could be the
California always expensive. Oh, more expensive than last year?
Yeah, they said California, they added some local taxes so the gas is more expensive than it was the year before.
Damn, $2.21. That's pretty good.
$3. It's
no, somebody else said 309, 221, 356. 212.
Just filled up too.
God damn, gas is $2.12. Where that at?
322 was what it was. But that was for 90, what is it? 93, 92, 91?
93. Yeah.
93.
If you get 91, then you got a special car. No, for real.
It's almost advanced. It's almost advanced car.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's really advanced.
Okay, so 93, yeah. So it's like 322 for 93 where I am.
Yeah, 91 and 87 is like fancy. And also they got flex fuel too as well. So how much you paying for gas, Detroit?
Oh, I just put some Rego gas in my car. It was $2.53.
$2.53. All right. Is it cheaper than last year?
No, I think last year I was able like maybe $2.39.
Okay.
We talking about December. So December. Oh, you don't remember?
He said last year. He said last year. Don't try to trick him into saying something else.
That's all right. I can't be tricked by E. Not either, man.
I'm not trying to trick you. I just want to know the census. Of, do people think gas is cheaper or more? Because we saw that it's cheaper. So
No, I think no, it's fluctuated here. It hasn't gone up like I would expect. Not like how other products have gone up for sure. But also there were things put in place beforehand that like have our prices down too, or at least have stabilized our gas prices here as well too. So
yeah, I'm not arguing. Yeah, no,
but,
I'm not arguing who did it. That's not my argument. I was just wondering, do people have more money to spend because gas is cheaper, or is it
or
less money?
No. That was crazy.
No.
That was crazy.
No.
I know. I guess it's just might be just my city.
Imagination.
You know. Sherrod, you don't eat eggs, right?
No.
Oh, so you don't know about eggs.
Yeah, eggs went up for sure, right?
Eggs went down for sure.
Compared to when?
Okay, compared to what exactly?
To 2024, December. So like, cause we cook double eggs every Christmas, and I remember having that whole conversation about how expensive the eggs was, and we wrote it down. It's cheaper.
I think Goat be doing the research. Goat, how much is gas?
Oh shit, gas out here like 4.10.
Damn.
You in Vegas though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Is that high or normal?
Yeah, is it cheaper than last year? Do you
That's
remember?
normal. In fact, might be kind of low for real. It's a little higher in the summer.
Is it cheaper than last year? Do you remember?
No, it's a little bit more than last year.
Damn, Edie man, that's 2.
Okay, let me clarify something really quick too. So, Edie man, you talking about the egg prices are cheaper than last year, right?
Yes, sir. In the state of Washington.
You're correct though, right? Because it was some egg prices that were almost as high as $5 last year. They're down to $2.50, right? So, but think about 2019, and think about the year after that and the year after that. We saw incremental increases in the price of eggs, but not no big ass jump to the way this shit is now.
No, what we were seeing is we're not saying that it went down a lot, but we're saying that we seen a decrease from the last year to this year. That's all I'm arguing. I'm not arguing nothing else. I promise you, I'm not trying to argue on my birthday. I promise you, we can argue tomorrow. I hope you got a show tomorrow. I'll argue with anybody. I'm just saying that I'm seeing that the cost of things are typically going down, and I was just wondering, was it just my little bubble of the world? That's it.
Happy birthday, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
I'll leave it that way. Happy birthday.
But look, I got it. So I got a question. I had to dip off, right? So I got a question though, if I can, from earlier though. So what do y'all think about like Hunter Biden and the extent he went to protect his son? I think he should presidential pardon.
I think he should. I think that white folks do it all the time. We only feel like we got to teach our kids lessons through hard times and all that kind of stuff. But white people, they gonna bail their kids out. They ain't gonna let their kids. And I'm talking about the majority of them. I think go get their people.
Detroit.
Yeah, I think that the only reason why that pardon was there was because of who was going to be president afterwards. That's it. I don't think that. I don't know. I don't know if Biden would have pardoned his son if it weren't for the fact that you had like Trump, in office, and he didn't know what Trump was going to do.
I think he was going to do it regardless. Now, it would have been a secret. It would have been a secret if Trump went in office. Like, people take care of their kids. Like, I think that he, like, even from the beginning when they was like, they found the drugs in his room, you know what I'm saying? He started caping for his kid day one. But before we talk about Trump, he said, I'm going to bat for mine. And I think parents should go to bat. That's kind of why I agree with him going to bat for his kid.
So
but the part
only
was about the drugs in the White House, though.
So the only problem I have with what happens that he never learned his life. He still has the addiction. He's probably going to get arrested again, and he's probably going to go through the same situation again because he's having this problem for a very long time. He didn't learn his lesson. He didn't learn the lesson so bad that he wound up getting locked up even while his father was the goddamn president. So I don't think he's doing a good job as a father to teach his son how to get out of the situation that he currently get himself into.
I'm trying to, let me ask this friend a question. So Sharon, you telling me if your kid was in some trouble and you knew that Trump was coming next, you wouldn't give him no partners and make sure you take care of him for the future?
No, but that's not right. No, I'm willing to concede that I would do all those things in my power. But what Gold is trying to say is he's saying, like, what do we feel about it? Did he do the right thing as a father? Did he is he doing the right parenting move by teaching his son by always bailing him out? That's what the conversation was structured around. He had to dip off, so he bringing the conversation back. He wanted to have a thought. So
I'm saying that his son is his father's doing it in good faith.
I got you. No, he's not. But as parenting wise, he's not doing a good thing by bailing him out because he is not giving his son anything tangible to learn about life.
Yeah, I think it's tangible. He still can send him to rehab. He can still do all that. But if you know Trump coming, it makes sense for him to bail his kid out and say, "Hey, we'll figure out the lesson later. Let me go ahead and protect you," because he would be locked up right now. I'm telling you right now, he would be in jail if it wasn't for his daddy.
Yeah, but what lesson did he learn? All right, we understand that he's free, and you get to. So is he going to mess up again? Most likely.
We don't know. I think, but that's what I don't understand about your argument. Everybody's going to mess up again. Like this idea that people learn the lesson and they never do it again. Even us as an adults, we still do things. Like, we're not perfect.
What? So if I do something, I can absolutely learn from that mistake and not do that mistake again. If the lesson is a hard enough lesson that I learned.
So what lesson you think that he would have learned by going to prison?
Stop.
Because people just go to prison and do
whatever,
jails.
I don't even know. I don't even care enough about his story, but regardless, whatever his degenerate behavior that he's doing about using drugs and doing all this degenerate behavior, to stop doing that.
See, but that's the problem with what you're saying, Sharon. People go to prison and get worse. They don't get rehabilitated. So I don't agree with sending somebody to prison to teach them a lesson. That's the point that I'm telling you. Like, cool. If you would say, hey, we need to put them in rehab. We need to put them in counseling. We need to do any of these things. I say, cool. You're teaching your kids a lesson. But sending your kid to prison, don't teach them a lesson. It really makes them worse. We see people go to prison and come out worse than they went in.
This is crazy. So you saying all this time when this is the first time Hunter Biden did this situation? Or has Biden been protecting him this whole time?
No, he's been protecting him his whole life.
Thank you. So he never learned the lesson is what I'm saying. And his life is proving that he never learned the lesson.
Okay, his life also has proven that. His life has also proven that trauma is real.
Bad life, though.
Whoever gonna talk.
No, I'm just saying he doesn't have a bad life. When you say his life is proven that, it's like, yeah, but his life doesn't necessarily mean bad either. It's like we can look at it and say he's not learning these lessons, but I can't say his life is bad.
Yeah, I just have y'all dealt with drug addicts before?
But the bad would be based on whether or not he's upholding the legacy of the Biden name or what his father or grandfather or great grandfather structured for him, right? Because when you hear Biden talk about Bo, it's a different conversation, right? So the idea that, maybe he's been sequestered, comforted, protected, all those things, or had the comforts of the fact that your daddy is famous and powerful or a senator or whatever, or a politician, yeah, he hasn't had a bad life.
Well, let me give y'all a different perspective. Do you think our kids pay for our sins or no?
Does your scripture tell you that?
Yeah, but I'm asking from y'all perspective, like, do you think the things that Biden have did in his life and now he's reaping that through his kids?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
Listen,
also one thing that we got to keep clear is what he was charged, what his pardons
But
were
wait,
for.
Detroit, before you go that route and hone in on what he was charged with, my question is Edelman advocating for abolishing the prison system?
Yeah, I think the prison system, specifically in America, is trash. That's something that I believe. Because if we go and see all these other countries that done found a way to rehabilitate people correctly, they got prisons that don't even like. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that people should not be detained. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm saying what countries have rehabilitated people correctly?
They got a whole TV show on it. One of them I think is Scotland. Scotland. They're I think it's Scotland. I know
Scotland.
No, hold on. I know that y'all just want to argue the point. But like, if it's a TV show on Netflix and it shows the inside of prisons, and it talks about how these prisoners have workshops, they have like where they can work on cars, they can work jobs, like they actually have where they redesign the prison itself, where the prison doesn't look like prison, but it's more like
that's the world's toughest
almost like
prisons.
apartment.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, with America being as rich and as much money as we pour into the prison system, we should have a way that we should be finding ways to rehabilitate people where they don't have to go back into the system and stop treating them like animals. Just in 2025, I think we should have came to that point.
You know what's crazy? The countries that do the best with rehabilitation are also the countries that have the best education system too. So Norway, all these Nordic countries, New Zealand's one like that. I know it's not a Nordic country, but New Zealand's like that as well too. Because they know, I mean, just like we know that, it takes more than just punishment. You need to rehabilitate people. You need to educate people. And, if they didn't have that, then it's not trying to give prisoners all these chances like we bailing them out, but people do need rehabilitation. They do.
Yeah, they've taken a lot out of prisons. Yeah, they have taken education.
They were never in our prisons. That's what I think. Maybe that's the point.
Well, they privatized
our prison system was never built for that.
Well, no. They
free labor.
Yeah, they privatized the prisons.
So, do we know of any countries that have had success educating? Success educating and rehabilitating you inwards. Right? Don't tell me about them Nordic countries when they dealing with all them good white folks, blonde hair, blue-eyed white folks. And then I'm talking about y'all. Anybody been successful in getting y'all to act right?
Yeah, I don't know any countries. All my examples will be anecdotal, right? All my examples will be anecdotal. But we'd also, but wait, just really quick. We'd also have to consider the nature of the crimes that people are convicted for, right? So the people that I know that went to prison, or that did, prison time or whatever, and are currently successful in their lives and been able to rehabilitate and turn their stuff around, in the old prison system, right? The stuff they went in for, they probably, shouldn't have went in for to begin with, right? But for violent offenders, now, if you break it out for violent offenders, that will be a different conversation. I'm on mute.
Shadow the Titan Wasp, $2. November, $3.75, $2.86, 23.7% eggs. Oh, he's saying the price went down from last year, 23.7% for eggs.
Anybody want any final thoughts? We did not reach our goal. We almost got there, but we didn't make it. Anybody got any final thoughts?
No. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Enjoy your family. I appreciate y'all letting me in here.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday once again, Eat Man. PH Diva, you got any final thoughts? Diva? No? Maybe so. I don't know.
Bye, y'all.
Nothing wrong with being. Let me